Bones, Alice in Chains, them bones. Got the request off the old Twitter to start the show today. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, Jim Norton, who just went and leaked, and he's back in studio.
Perfect timing.
Nice time.
Perfect timing. You didn't have to listen to Alice in Chains. I'm not sure if you like Alice in Chains.
I don't listen to them. Lane Staley had a great voice. It's just not my band.
God, I love Alice in Chains as well. That's a good request off the Twitter. So,
yeah.
How are you, buddy?
Tired and
tired.
I'm just freaked out about this financial shit. It's just a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare.
Is it getting better?
I don't know. I won't know for a couple of days.
All right.
But it's beyond my control, and that's what's so frustrating.
That's scary when it's beyond your control.
Yeah, and I'm not the problem.
You're not the problem.
No. And my finances aren't the problem. Everything is okay. It's a long, boring story, but it's just, I'm just in danger of losing money, and I'm freaked out about it.
A lot of money?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's not a great way to start your day.
No, it stinks.
Sorry to say.
Very, very miserable.
Is there anybody you can yell at?
Not really at this point, because, it's easy to blame the bank. But I kind of understand what their position is, as much as it's a long story,
right?
But I feel that certain due diligence might have needed a bit more
to be done.
A bit more, yeah. But whatever, it's just I'll explain it all once it's done. It's just too frustrating right now. I'm gonna scream.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just really pissed off.
All right. Well, we got that going.
Yes, that's going on.
That's
the mood I come into the comedy show in.
That's wonderful. It's going to make my story of buying another hermit crab sound pretty menial.
No, not at all. I'm actually calling Jonathan. Do they owe me any money for DVDs? Can you have them send that immediately?
Really?
Yeah, I'm in panic.
All right, I'll leave my hermit story for another time.
No, the hermit story will lighten everybody up.
I'm gonna periscope the hermit crabs for the people, because they just are demanding it. They're demanding video.
So you got another one?
Nah, I'm joking. We don't have to talk about the fact that I got another one. It's a quick throwaway. But I will say this. I saw the same guy at the pet shop who had the horrendous breath where I thought there was some kind of low tide going on. I thought the hermit crab stunk to high heaven, but it turned out it was this guy's breath. And the same guy came over. It was like deja vu. And I'm like, here we go again. And his breath was completely fine. So what was that about?
Maybe he listens to the show.
Yeah. He probably wanted to show off his great new breath. Like, wait till he sees me. He'll be so happy.
Do you want hermit crabs?
Brushed his teeth in the back. He probably went to the fucking stockroom and lavoriced his mouth real quick. He's like, wait till he smells my fresh minty breath. He'll be so proud.
Gave it a good scrumming, did he?
Yeah, he gave himself a good fucking... But that's sometimes it's in the gums. When bad breath is in the gums, like under the gums...
Yeah.
I get my teeth cleaned every 6 months or so.
I go every 6 months. I don't fuck around anymore. Every 6 months I get in there and they scrape out that plaque. I know. Maybe I shouldn't say it, but whatever. Brother Weeze's wife, she scrubs her own plaque off. I didn't even know you could do this.
What does that mean?
She gets the tool.
Sounds like a euphemism for something.
She told me she gets the tools. I don't know if you could get them at CVS or Rite Aid. And she removes her own plaque. She doesn't wait for the dentist.
Oh,
Can you imagine? Yes.
No, I can't imagine that.
But you would have wonderful teeth all year long.
But don't you need some sort of training, or you just scrape your teeth?
I'm training.
But
If you've had your teeth cleaned enough, you could kind of figure out what they do.
Yeah.
Don't go too deep, because you'll hit one of those nerves and start screaming.
But don't you knock the enamel off, though, when you do that? Like, if you do it fucked up, you probably knock the enamel off your teeth.
I guess.
And if they're not quite sterile, if the tools are not quite sterile, you're looking at infection. It doesn't seem very smart.
Brother Weeze's wife has wonderful teeth, so she has figured it out. Maybe she was going to be a dentist. I don't know. Maybe she tapped out and decided, but she had enough knowledge that she could get her own plaque off.
I get my dentistry done in a warehouse where I'm wearing a robe, and they'll usually just fucking tie me to the chair.
There you go.
The last place you want dentistry done is in a fucking warehouse tied to a chair.
Do you think that would be a bad idea?
Oh, it's not going to be pleasant.
It's not going to be pleasant.
What's in that case that he's opening? That's not good stuff. That's not comforting stuff.
Another movie I got to rewatch.
That's so good.
I know.
That scene is so good.
When they're unscrewing the fucking door when he's in his bathtub, he's like, help! up! And he's yelling out that shitty little fucking New York City bathroom window.
How old were you, Jimmy, when you saw that movie?
I don't remember.
It's 1976.
Yeah, so I was 8. I mean, I don't remember. I mean, I was 5. Sorry, on Tinder, I changed my age. I do have the wrong age on Tinder. It says 41.
God, I was 3.
So full of shit.
But I remember that movie. It was on TV when we were really young, and
Yeah.
it scared the absolute
Well,
crap
why the
out of
hell
me.
would you watch that as a young kid?
We watched all the wrong shit when we were kids.
Well, that's horrible parenting.
Our dad took us to see the movie MASH in the movie theater, and I was like 4, and Eric was 2.
Yeah.
And they saw a leg off with a hacksaw, like you see the bone. It's not like the TV show MASH, and there's like war and shit going on, and boobies and stuff.
When we first got cable, Clockwork Orange and The Shining were on all the time.
Yeah,
Beautiful. How old were you?
10?
Oh,
no,
God.
not even.
I wasn't allowed to watch Clockwork Orange. I remember the first, HBO puts out those little monthly booklets.
Yeah.
I still remember having that and seeing that Clockwork Orange in there when I was like 12. I'm like, what is this? Like, I knew I had to see it.
Yeah.
And my parents wouldn't let me. Oh, because I had read a Mad Magazine, a Clockwork Lemon. that was their fucking, the name of the Mad Magazine thing.
Sure.
A Clockwork Lemon. And then I remember reading that and then seeing that and being obsessed with seeing this movie. And my parents were so fucking strict. People wonder why I'm a deviant and a creep. 9:30, Jim. No rated R movies, Jim. I was overprotected. And then, boy, I got one of those little fellas in my mouth and I just couldn't stop. Back to you, Opie.
Wait, what do I do with that? I'm throwing the ball to Eric. I can't do anything with that.
But yeah, they were too strict.
I could do this. I was brought up very strict as well, and you're absolutely right. I try to give my kids a little room because I know what it did to me. When I went to college, I was completely out of control because I had the worst curfew and all that shit.
Yeah, the biggest whore is the fucking preacher's daughter. I mean,
Right.
that's the way it is.
So I understand, and I could talk about Mad Magazine. How great was that growing up?
It was really brilliant parody. I mean, it was great.
Do you remember when you stopped reading Mad Magazine?
No.
Because it went. I mean, is it still
It's still out there.
It's still
Yeah.
going on online. Or
Probably
whatever,
when they
right?
trashed
No,
Tough
it's-
Crowd when I was in Mad Magazine, they fucking had Colin, Patrice, Nick DiPaolo, and me, and they bashed the worst things on Comedy Central. They said we were one of the worst things on Comedy Central, but they also said Chris Rock show was,
Was there a drawing
or
of you?
Chappelle, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm
man.
in Mad Magazine, a drawing of us.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, we have it.
There.
We'll put it on our Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The third
What
worst
were
thing in comedy, 2004. I tweeted that. Yeah, it's
Wow.
Nick, me, Colin, Patrice.
That is very cool.
That's awesome. I found all my old Mad magazines, like a big stack of them.
Really?
They're not
Yeah.
worth anything, unfortunately,
No,
financially.
I would like to just go through them. It would bring back memories.
I'll bring them in. They're awesome. It's crazy, and you sort of felt you're reading something like a little dirty. You know what I mean? Like the drawings of women with big boobs. Even though you didn't see anything, you were sort of like, I don't think my mom should see
Oh,
this.
absolutely. It was very titillating.
Yeah.
It was
They-
satire for kids almost.
It was.
Yeah.
They mostly showed cartoon nipples through T-shirts.
Through T-shirts. That's right.
And tank tops and whatnot.
Yeah, well, in the Clockwork Lemon parody, they do mention rape. So I guess it's for
Yeah, it was for young teenagers, and he's hitting them all in the dick with his thing. I want to get the original. I didn't have the original magazine. We're looking at the cover, which was really funny. It has Alfred E. Newman on the cover, dressed as Alex.
Yeah.
But I had it when I first read A Clockwork Lemon. It was in a Best Of magazine.
Okay.
It was probably after the original came out, which I'm guessing was 1971 or 72. I probably read it, years later.
Is there like a Mad Magazine app or something where you could just read this stuff through an
That's
app?
a good question.
I would love to do that and go down memory lane.
I had a CD-ROM like box set of all of them. So I guess
I remember they did a great job with the Poseidon Adventure in there.
The Poop Sidon Adventure.
The Poop Side Adventure. Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember that.
Jimmy's right. Yes.
I remember that.
And what was it?
Oh, I remember a crock of shit now.
Yeah, crock of
remember
shit
that?
now.
But they put blip. They
Exactly.
beeped it. They had something on the front of it.
Yes.
I want to get the Clockwork Orange one. I want the original magazine.
You know what, Jimmy? I'm going to buy that for
Oh,
you.
stop
I
it!
am. I'm
Don't
gonna
you?
buy
I
it.
haven't done anything to deserve it.
It's going to even be in nice condition. For
Yeah,
you.
Eric will get it. for you.
We're not used to anyone being nice to us. You're buying us Atari shirts
on.
last week.
Yeah.
NM, I want it in NM or mint.
Graded or not graded?
If you're going to buy it, you might as well give me a mint copy.
Yeah, I'll read it.
I remember there was a $6 million man buying a woman cover.
Yeah.
And it must have been around Christmas because they both had a gift behind their backs and each was going to give the other one a battery.
Oh,
I guarantee you
cute.
that's exactly
what was
how I
their
remember.
demo, you think? Because, I mean, I was in junior high, high school when I was
Exactly.
really into
That's
it.
what it was.
Probably 10 to
But were they
17 or 10 to 20.
You think they were catering to very young people?
Not necessarily. I said for kids, I was wrong. It's I would say maybe 12 to 20.
12 to 20.
Yeah,
That's
in that area. Maybe.
I was thinking maybe a little higher than that.
Oh,
but
maybe.
I don't
Could've
know.
been.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Oh yeah, I remember that one too.
Why, how do you remember that? Or
I don't
did you
know.
just see
We
that
used to
online?
we used to read them over and over and
Yeah.
over.
I'm telling you, Mad Magazine, it was great.
I never liked Cracked compared to Mad
No.
Magazine. I always thought
No.
Mad was better.
Yeah, absolutely.
The way they would put Alfred Newman on the covers, he would just be in all these funny different
I
costumes.
know. Sometimes he would be Santa Claus.
Yes, he would.
Yes.
Such a good magazine.
Um,
Very political. Like you didn't realize how political they were until you look
right.
back on it. Wow, they
Yeah.
were very liberal.
you think?
Yeah, but at the time you don't know it. You know,
you really don't know the difference between liberal and right.
no, just the
Conservative, whatever.
conversations I was having with my father. They're all the same people, all the same. That when I was drunk, and he was like, "You'll learn."
Yeah, you'll figure it all out.
Yeah.
You're too young for this shit.
Yeah, it was like Matt Dillon and fucking Ryan Philippe talking in Crash. He's like, wait till you've been on a job for a little while. Then you think you know who you are. It's like an adult talking to a teenager.
There you have it. So the hermit crab, so the bad breath. Yeah, I don't know why his breath was so good all of a sudden.
He might have had flu breath the day before it happened once in a while.
but-
And that wet, sickly breath, like
God
wet
damn.
clothes.
There was no assistance though. There was no gum in there. There was no breath mints. There was no Altoids. It was just
How long were you in the store before he walked over?
a couple minutes.
Yeah, he probably saw you and just scrubbed up real quick. He said,
Yeah.
all right, he's here. And he went back and gave it a fresh brush.
A good fresh brush.
A good
with
tongue
with
brushing.
A brand new toothbrush.
Yeah, good tongue brush. You ever smell the fucking...
No.
You ever brush your teeth? Like, make sure that I always wash my toothbrush. Every time I brush my teeth, I just rinse it real quick and then dry it. Because if you don't do that, smell the handle of your toothbrush where all your dried saliva fucking drips down. Smell your toothbrush handle.
Hey, I can't wait to do
Oh, you're not going to be happy. Do that at home right now. Smell the handle of the toothbrush. You're not going to be pleased with the results.
I smelled my tongue scraper once because we talked about that on the show.
Yeah.
Wow.
How was it? Not good.
We didn't have tongue scrapers when we were growing up.
No.
We had none of that shit.
No, we
I
call
don't
them cocks.
what? I know. I don't even think we had floss. Did we have floss?
Yeah, we
growing
had
up?
floss.
Well,
Yes.
We
I
must have had floss.
I think we were too poor for floss.
I don't think we had it in our house.
Yeah, we had floss. I was always you yell at the floss. I hated it.
Yeah, I don't remember ever flossing my teeth until I turned 30.
Yeah, it's not something you want to do when you're a younger person.
Boy, did that help the situation when I discovered floss at 30.
Why, did you have bad breath when you were growing up?
I don't know. I probably did. I mean, if you're not flossing regularly, that's what really causes it. Because it's all that stuff that's... Why are we explaining?
There's a very funny scene in that movie. Where's Randy Quaid plays the Amish guy? Oh, in the Kingpin. Where he's
yeah.
flossing against
Yeah.
the mirror and all that
Yeah.
shit flying.
Just flying into the mirror. Anyway, yesterday we tapped out as far as the Black Whoppers go. We knew that was going to be a bit hacky for the people, but there were Black Whoppers laying around the joint, and a few people tried the Black Whopper.
Right.
How was it? First of all,
It tasted like a Whopper pretty much, but it was like there was a lot of A1 kind of.
I hate A1.
It was dripping with it.
I shouldn't say hate, but I would rather have ketchup on my steak than A1.
I enjoy A1, but I hated the commercials. Remember when he'd go, A1, what is it, hamburger? Well, it's steak sauce. He goes, yeah, what's a hamburger? Chopped ham? No, it's not. Hey, it's chopped steak.
It's the guy
It's the
that's
guy who sort of looked like Dick Cavett,
Yeah.
but wasn't Dick Cavett.
That's
I
right.
don't remember.
Could you find that commercial?
I hated the good-natured joshing between those two fucks so much.
Why do they call it a hamburger? It's chopped steak. They should call it a steak burger.
Ah, they don't laugh. Good point.
Here it is.
Okay, ready?
No.
Well, no, that's,
Robotic A1 steak sauce commercial. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that might be the
That's
wrong
the wrong
one.
pick.
That's the wrong one.
Wrong one.
If robots in there.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, I just want the A1 steak sauce barbecue commercial.
We're going to be taking your phone calls. What's your favorite steak sauce?
A1 steak, just don't put steak burger. It was steak burger.
the steak
Just
burger.
That's what
A1
it's
steak barbecue.
Just put A1 commercial. From,
Yes, thank you.
From 1984.
Yeah, just put killable. That'll come up because the guy was fucking killable. No, not A1 commercial. Like, no, A1 steak sauce commercial.
A1 steak sauce commercial?
Yes,
Oh,
there
it
it
popped
is.
up.
I miss Sam's Googling. All right. Try that one.
This might be it.
Yeah, they're at the table.
Mom, he's putting A1 steak sauce on his hamburger.
My dear nephew, what is hamburger? Chopped ham? No, it's chopped steak. And what's better on steak than A1? A1 makes hamburgers taste like steak burgers. Take a bite. A1's herbs and spices blend with the meat's natural juices.
Delicious.
Hateable.
It's really juicy and tastier. Best hamburger you'll ever have. Because it's a steak burger.
Hey, your uncle's steak burger.
See, because
I'll bet he took it out on his hiney later.
Quote unquote uncle.
Yeah. Why are you doing this? He's crying into a pillow. Pay back for the steak burger, you little fruit. You'll have a lifetime full of spoiled memories thanks to your steak burger gobbling. Greedy boy. Greedy boy. Kept saying that till he came in him. Greedy boy.
how needy is A1 though that they're trying to get everyone to put A1 on their hamburgers? They're trying to push out the ketchup people.
Well, for a product,
that's not going to
mind
happen.
I get the product's motives. You know what I mean? They want to sell to as many people. They can put it in your fucking car. What is a car? Is it a motor? Oh, no, it's a steak. You know, you'd fucking do it.
But it obviously didn't take off because we're living in the future now. Mm-hmm. Back in '84, they thought they would get everyone putting the A1 on their hamburgers.
I hated that guy so much. I hated his relationship. He dominates the family table. He's at the fucking head of the table. He's the uncle.
Yeah.
The creepy uncle who probably has a roommate. Wink, wink.
That guy was in everything too, right?
He's the worst.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, he has.
My dear nephew.
He has a sleeveless sweater, V-neck sweater.
Yeah, he's
on.
fucking horrendous.
Hate that guy.
Yeah, he probably loves Subway sandwiches because his good friend just became the spokesman. Fucking creep.
Anyway, Peter Luger's is the only way to go for as far as steak sauce goes because I know the people are wondering. That's my favorite.
That's really good.
It is, right? Yeah. And they finally sell it all over the place.
Yeah. I've never been there, but I want to take a girl with a big clit to Peter Luger's.
You don't take girls to Peter Luger's.
Why?
It's a down and dirty, like, just guy place.
Oh, yeah.
For real.
Yeah, no, I've heard. It's kind of like,
I mean,
it's like romantic.
It would be kind of nice if they had some broads walking around the place.
Yeah.
For real, because the food is amazing. But you're just big wooden tables with just steaks that...
Do you have to sit next to people you don't know?
No.
But it's cash only too.
Yeah,
cash only.
There's no menu.
Yeah,
they kind of order for the number of people at the table.
Yeah, they give you a couple options. They could say they tell you could have this or that.
I still want to do it though. You bring a girl.
I haven't gone in a while.
Jerk me off in the cab. We asked Peter Luger's jerk me off in the cab. But I'm still just suck it for a second.
What?
Pop that in your mouth. Go ahead, pop it in there.
And then you had to pay the locals to park your car. Did you guys do that?
Yeah, that's a pain in the ass, the parking out there.
But it guarantees that your car isn't going to be fucked up.
Right. There's like a Russian guy who will look at your car.
Russian? You got a Russian guy?
Yeah, we got Russian.
Oh, so the Russians moved in.
Yeah.
Oh, but they don't fuck with your car if you pay them?
No.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I haven't been there in well over 10 years, but it was in not the greatest neighborhood
it's
in Brooklyn.
cleaned up now.
In Williamsburg,
I would assume it's cleaned up a bit.
Yep.
But when we went, you pulled up and it was the homies. You gave the homies some money and and that guaranteed your car would be all right.
Yeah, no,
which is kind of strange because you had no choice. You had to give them the keys, and you're like, well, but it worked, you know.
Yeah, it's old school. I used to go by there sometimes when I was going to Vice. Didn't work out with them, but I was going by in Williamsburg. I'm like, I really want to go to that place.
It's good.
It fucking looks awesome.
Yeah, Peter Luger's is fantastic.
Me and Trav Dog are going to go.
Let's go. Let's take a subway ride.
Yeah, you want to take a train in Williamsburg?
Yeah, you know how to get there, right?
No, I don't.
A subway kid.
You are the subway kid.
Yeah, I know, but I die at the end of Manhattan. I fucking do.
Can't go over a bridge?
No, I can't.
And then what? You just go into the fetal position?
Yes, I do. And I
you're...
cry, and I say, I actually put my hand up like a child who's lost, and I say, this is where I have to go. Can somebody lead me there? And an older man will always walk me off.
I don't know Brooklyn.
I don't know Brooklyn. Yeah. When you're on the tracks, though, when you stand there looking at the train coming, I always think
you want
to
jump in front of it, right?
Not necessarily. I don't want
I'm the
to.
only one? What?
No, I've thought of it, but I don't want to. I wouldn't do it because I've seen too much footage of people who've been hit by trains. That's where all those fucking creepy videos come in handy. Because I've watched so many videos of people who've been cut in half by trains and are alive. And you just know that you're not guaranteed death. Like, you think you might be, but you could get hit a certain way and just mashed up against that fucking wall.
Yeah. Well, the ones that get
stupid.
And you feel like an asshole. Like, oh boy, I'm a goose. Oh, I've done it this time.
Oh boy.
I'm twisted up and my fucking innards are hanging out. You see your cock smeared against the wall. You're like, this
nerds.
Oh, nerds.
But those are usually not the guys that jump in front of the train. It's usually some weird accident, and then you're between the platform and the subway, and then. I mean, is it real? They call your loved ones and stuff because they're like, look, as soon as we move this train, you're going to die?
That was in Taxi Cab Confessions. I think about that all the time.
But
Yeah.
is it real or not?
It might have been real. Yeah, I mean, it's
I think it
possible.
would be
They
real.
say basically everything is being kept inside you.
And as soon as they move,
As soon as they move, you're just going to bleed out. And everything's going to just drain out of your body. So they actually call your family members that come down and so you can say goodbye.
I
And
saw.
everybody else is around. I'm sorry, Jimmy. Everyone else is around you going, move the fucking train.
Of course they
exactly. Yeah, let's move it.
Of course they
he's-
are.
Your goose is cooked, sir, and I'm late for a meeting. You don't want me to be late and you to be dead, do you? There's footage. I saw footage one time of a fight on a subway platform. Train was coming in, and you know, at the earlier part of when you first buy the subway, they're coming in pretty fast. Towards the end of the track, you know, they're fucking slowing down because that's the end of the, where they're gonna pick you. And they're fighting, and the one guy gets pushed into the train. I don't think it's on purpose. And his arm gets caught. Oh. And it's amazing. He corkscrews. And his arm just gets ripped off by the train. But it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't like, I don't think the guy meant to push him.
Right.
Just really chilling.
Did they continue the fight with one arm?
Yeah, it was really fucking amazing. He was the Knights of Knee.
Yeah.
She's got one arm. I don't.
No, I don't.
It's really, bro, you've corkscrewed you, rip your arm off. But yeah, that always scares me. So I would never throw myself in front of a train for that reason.
You know, we're going back in time. Monty Python, for the most part, I wasn't in. I had you were one of those hip kids in high school, right?
No, before
the hip
that.
kids really loved Monty Python. I liked some of the stuff, but man, they couldn't get enough of it.
I love their movies.
They still hold up.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
They're still hilarious.
I got to try it again, I guess.
Our dad would wake us up on Sunday nights at 10 o'clock at night, and we'd watch that from 10 to 10:30 and Faulty Towers from 10:30 to 11. Then he'd put us back to sleep and not tell our mom. And then Eric and I would be exhausted the next day, and she would have no idea why. And he did that for years. So he wanted us to be exposed to that kind of comedy.
Some good comedy.
Wow. Yeah.
So what happened?
We end up at Letterman.
Your boss is growing a very strange beard. Your old boss.
He had like a Duck Dynasty beard.
Wow.
I saw.
Well, one of the Monty Python movies was Jabberwocky, right? Or Jabberwocky or
that was,
Jabber.
I think that was him.
Is that a concert film? Or is it?
No. A memory's coming to me, and I don't know if it's. I think that was the movie that had a really nice set of tits in it that I used to whack off to.
They broke the fourth wall in a weird way, too. Like, they did stuff that nobody else was doing. Really weird shit, cartoon shit, and it was just going to these odd directions, and, you know, they were very creative guys.
I wasn't mature enough to get Monty Python when I was growing up, so maybe I should go back and try it again.
That was directed by one of the Monty Python guys.
Jabberwocky or Jabber? I'm trying to remember.
Jabberwocky, you're right.
Yeah.
But I do remember there was a nice set in there that used to drive me nuts as a young lad.
I think my favorite was, I don't know, Life of Brian or Holy Grail.
Oh, those are amazing.
One of those
Meaning
two.
of Life I liked a lot.
Yeah.
That one I did like a lot.
I didn't like it as much as those two. You know, it was just, they started off with that corporate pirates bit.
Yeah.
That's just bizarre creative stuff. And of course, the famous one is the fat guy fucking exploding.
Oh, amazing.
You know, Whopper Thin Mint, the
Right.
vomit bucket. There's not, I don't know if there's anything better that's ever been filmed than that fucking vomit bucket. Him and the maid cleaning up and him just fucking spewing on her back.
He's trying to clean.
He comes walking in. They say, "Oh, how are you doing this evening? Better. Get me a bucket. I'm going to throw up."
Yeah.
That's just the setup.
Now imagine doing that today.
Yeah.
You can't do that scene today.
You might be able to with the vomit. I don't know.
I don't know. The fat shaming would be all over the place.
That's true.
You just can't do that type of shit anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Black Whoppers.
Yeah.
A few
They're
people.
a wonderful band from the 50s. Dude, I can't. That's as far as my improv went. I stopped. I just came up with band in the 50s. End. Finished.
Oh, that's where we were. It led us to the A1 commercial. So the bun tastes like A1. It's like just soaked in A1.
Apparently,
I wouldn't like that. I don't think. I probably should have tried it just for the hell of it.
You should have tasted it.
But the black Whoppers are everywhere, and who tried them around here? Justin,
I did.
Travis, who else?
Travis did. I think Roland might have.
He did not.
Oh,
Island. He did not, because you don't know this about Roland. He doesn't eat well.
Really?
He doesn't eat well, but he doesn't eat pedestrian. He calls that pedestrian food.
Right.
He'd rather go to like a mom and pop, burger joint that really takes pride in what they're doing.
You give Roland enough time, he'd eat the feet off a live animal. He has choices because he lives in New York. But give him 2 hours without a fine meal, and he'll dig into some Whoppers.
But then that's where his willpower is. There'll be donuts in here from Krispy Kreme or D&D or whatever. He will not have them, and he gets mad. But then I'm sure that makes him go and get another donut from somewhere else, I would assume. But anyway, to cut to the chase, these guys ate some black Whoppers yesterday, and I got a couple text messages that your poop was green.
I got home, and
Let's cut to this.
I took a shit, and it was bright fucking green, like neon green.
Green with envy. You hear what I said, Trav?
I heard you.
We all heard, yeah.
It was like crazy, crazy green. And I got scared for a minute, and then I figured, it's probably the black burger. So I texted Travis, and I said, I just took a shit and it was bright green, because I knew he had the same black burger. And his response was, the same thing happened to me.
You had green poop too?
Yeah, the black Whopper is the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, wow.
It's like green. It's not, it's a little green. It's green.
It's crazy green.
It's awesome.
I gotta try
Who
this.
doesn't like green poop?
I love green shit.
Yeah, it's great.
Yes, I do.
But
Yeah. I'm assuming they use green dye to make the buns black. That's my...
Yeah, that has to
smart.
be it.
Yeah.
Okay. Travis very logical.
Yeah, he has a very good logical mind.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, but it was great. They should market it that way.
They really should. You want to shit green? Eat this garbage.
What was better, the burger itself or the Whopper, or the fact that you could look at green poop?
I don't know. It was kind of like, have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It really
it's like
was.
fucking shitting out sod.
It was.
So then I asked the guys to go to Twitter to see if this is actually happening. And it wasn't a coincidence, which would be silly because it's two guys at the same day that eating black Whoppers.
Here's two guys.
But
Yeah, I checked last night, like right after Justin texted me. I like searched just green Whopper, and it's just everyone.
So a few tweets here. Burger King has a Halloween Whopper that apparently gives you green poop. Then the next guy, thanks Burger King for turning my poop green with your Halloween Whopper. Next guy, Halloween Whopper, go get yourself one if you want green poop.
Why do they all say poop?
They're trying to keep it clean for Twitter because,
Why? Shit is okay.
Twitter's highbrow.
Yeah,
Twitter's
it's
a highbrow place.
You can curse on Twitter.
Nah, it's a highbrow place, so people choose not
I
to.
took a sugar.
Amazing boy on Twitter writes, if you eat the
No, I
Black
didn't.
Whopper from Burger King, your shit, there you go, Jimmy, will be green, like dark green, OMG. If you want to have St. Patrick's Day green dookie in 8 to 12 hours, enjoy the Halloween Whopper from Burger King. This can't be good for marketing.
No.
Yeah, so if I ate
think
the
it's
Halloween
great for marketing.
Whopper
I agree.
yesterday,
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah.
Amazing for marketing.
Males 12 to 60 are going to love this.
Yeah.
They're going to eat one just to see if they're poop.
Absolutely. They're going to shit in their wife's sleeping face.
So they should put it in the commercial then, maybe. Go all in.
Yeah.
And it'll make your poop green.
The Whopper is delicious. Then you just show, like, from outside a bathroom, you just show a guy looking in the toilet going, it's green! And they just show the Whopper's photo.
Yeah, so if I ate the Halloween Whopper yesterday and got a bright green surprise in the toilet today, Miguel writes, LMAO, the Black Whopper turned my poop green. Almost done here. Jonathan, a Black Whopper that turns your poo neon green. Thanks, Burger King. Halloween Whopper, Frankenstein poo.
That's probably what the
Those
Halloween
are all the
part.
hashtags.
That's the Halloween part.
Oh, so you think they might have done this on purpose?
Yeah, your shit
Trick
is.
and treat?
Yeah, your shit is dressing up like Kermit.
Trick and treat. Damn, the Burger King Halloween Whopper made my poo St. Patrick's Day green and not Halloween black like advertised. Halloween Whopper update, the black bun makes your poop green. Yeah, they probably wanted this. They probably knew. Somebody had to try the black Whopper before they put it out there for the people.
Well, when I drink so much vegetable juice, I drink beet juice, and it's literally like fucking, it's shitting red. The first time that happened, I was really scared.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh, okay, it's just, 'cause I'm eating beets. Logic dictated that it was the beets coming out in a rush.
And then finally, the new Halloween Whopper with the black bun turns your poop blue.
Oh, it's like that dress. Is it gold and blue or is it green and black?
Oh, God, remember that dumb thing?
Yeah.
What was that about? I don't care what it was about.
Poor Jim Carrey.
Huh?
Fucking ex-girlfriend killed herself.
Yeah, I know. That is, so what, they break up? He's 53, she's 28.
She was hot, too.
She was very hot, and then they break up, and she basically says she's leaving Twitter, and next you know, she's dead of a drug overdose.
No, didn't they break up and get back together?
They did, but then they broke up again a couple days ago, and then fucking...
they definitely broke up.
Yeah, but they had broken up again, and she puts this note out on Twitter, and then she wrote something on Instagram that was kind of like this reference to leaving the world. It was really depressing. That stinks.
Just days after Pear split up, signing off Twitter, she tweets, I hope I have been a light to my nearest and dearest.
She's hot. Fuck.
And then some emojis and love and peace and what is the other emoji? I can't really see it here in the paper. To y'all. And then, she's dead a couple days later in somewhere in Sherman Oaks, I believe.
She left a note to him, I think. Ugh.
Left a note to him, left a note with his name on it. That's never good.
No. That's really a fucking big, no matter what somebody does, that's a big thing to put on a person.
Yeah.
I always wanted to, if I ever kill myself, let me rephrase, when I eventually, I'm going to wind up, I'm going to blame somebody who I hardly know. That's going to be the, that's the goal.
I'm going to open up the phone book and just put your finger down.
I'm going to blame somebody at Sirius who I've only met like once or twice. Like somebody over at fucking, somebody on fucking OutQ or somebody on fucking Shade. Larry on OutQ or fucking Billy, the intern on Shade for your shaming me. Like, what? I met the guy once. I don't even know him.
That would be so wrong.
Or somebody in the office down the hall that I literally had nothing to do with me.
They have to try to explain it.
No, but you build a whole backstory.
Yeah.
Like fucking, like Mary down there on Cosmo. Mary on Cosmo, I wanted a baby and she wouldn't. She got a miscarriage. And then Mary's husband was like, why would he lie about that? She's like, I don't know. He's fucking lying. I never fucked this guy. Playing Mary at Cosmo.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
That would be very funny.
The silly gooseism of all time.
But that Carrey thing, Jim Carrey thing is very fucking sad.
Mick Jagger's girlfriend did it. But they were, I think he was banging everything that walked, and they were together for years, and she was in her 50s. It's like, by that point, you feel older.
But you can't be that stupid if you're dating Mick Jagger.
Yeah, or Jim Carrey even. It's like, what do you think?
You can't be stupid about that.
Maybe it's the breakup that gets them. Maybe they tolerate all the fucking around, especially if you're Mick Jagger's girlfriend. You can't think that he's not fucking everything else.
The first time you have to fly coach after the breakup.
Oh my God! Yeah,
you're thinking to yourself, what
is happening?
What is happening to me?
I've been excommunicated from the circle. Yeah,
yeah.
If you're Jim Carrey's girlfriend, she was, I think, a makeup artist, and she moved from Ireland to do makeup in L.A. And when you have that kind of I don't want to say juice or whatever the word is. Hey, that's Jim's girlfriend, the makeup girl. But then when you're not anymore, you're just his ex, and you got to see him with new girl. That's just probably really fucking miserable.
She had to be emotionally unstable to begin with, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
Still very, very sad there. Kim Davis supposedly met with the Pope.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
But he kind of, I guess
the Pope had a great visit to America.
He did everything.
And then supposedly there was some kind of secret meeting in Washington. Kim Davis and the lawyer met with the Pope for 10 minutes.
Well, he thought she was a miracle of God. He said, I wanted to meet the talking pig. He didn't know it was actually a person. He said, take me to the farm to meet the talking pig. And anyone had the heart to embarrass the pontiff.
How do you feel about that?
I understand why he'd meet her. Look, he's the Pope and she's against gay marriage. But he said you have the right to conscientiously object. But they say they're not really talking about the meeting, and he's not harping on it. It was like, of course the Pope secretly likes that she's not helping gay people get married. Mm-hmm. You know, he kind of has to. I don't know the politics of that shit. Like, I don't know are there people in the church that pressure him to meet with her? Like, is there a conservative side that's like, you have to? And he's like, all right, but don't make because he seems more liberal. But then again, of course, the Pope doesn't like abortion or gay marriage. You're never gonna get the Pope to go abortion is great or fucking, I mean, it's the fucking Pope. So I get why he met with her, even though it's kind of irritating.
The Vatican, their statement was, we're not confirming or denying that the Pope met with Kim Davis. That means the Pope met with Kim Davis.
But then again, he's not walking around with her saying, look at this, the wonderful example to all humanity either.
Right.
He knows she's a bit of a cunt. I think he tweeted that. And they made him delete it. Yeah, he's like, I met with her, but she was a bit of a cunt.
Well, that would make a lot of people happy.
Yeah. And he deleted
that would cover all bases.
He misspelled cunt.
A little bit?
Yeah.
We missed a story yesterday. I was laughing out loud when I read this to myself. Man previously convicted, I know we've talked about this guy in the past. Man previously convicted of squirting semen on women from a bottle.
Oh, is this the guy in the Superman
Remember this
outfit?
guy?
Yeah.
What an antisocial.
But it makes me laugh how ridiculous that is. But not the right thing to do. You should not be doing that.
Did he do it? What did he do this time?
Well, here we go. So, man previously convicted of squirting semen on women from a bottle now allegedly ejaculates onto women walking from bus stop. What the fuck?
He looks like fucking Marlowe from The Wire.
He does.
Jamie Hector. Wow, what a creep this guy. He's wearing a Superman shirt. I think he has a Superman outfit on.
Batman.
That's
Batman. Sorry. It's a half a shirt for all the fucking nerds attacking.
The first time, though, in Virginia or Maryland, it was Superman.
Oh, I read the story. Okay, that's where I got Superman from, and then I saw this.
Now it's Batman.
He's moved on to wearing Batman.
Cool. I hope he doesn't do it to Robin, because that was always my favorite. The unsung hero. Back to you.
What do we got on this? I don't have the story in front of me. Eric, what do you got?
It's in your pile.
It is? I can't find it.
It's there.
He threw cum on a woman. There's really not much more to tell.
True.
Exclamation point.
Jimmy's right.
I don't know. I guess he's just one of these guys that he hates women.
Oh, yeah. They made the headline boring. That's why I didn't find it at first.
They should literally, if you do that more than once, if you're throwing cum on women, it's not rape, but it is some kind of a really bizarre assault. We have to start cutting off fingers in this country. Like, I think that there's something to be said for fucking barbaric punishment. Like, you've thrown cum on more than one stranger, you lose 2 fingers.
So everybody gets one. Everybody gets to do it once.
Well, yeah, because you might be having a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're all kids.
We've all right. We've all made mistakes. We've all been stressed out. Yeah. And there's somebody walking by, and you're like, she needs a little cum thrown on her. Who has this lob cum on somebody? But after that, the punishment, and again, I think for stealing, cutting a hand off is way too harsh. Again, I was watching ISIS videos where they take a sword and they chop your hand off, and then they immediately tie it off and put you in an ambulance. It was a really weird system and then there was some where they were like extending a leg and they cut 1 foot off and 1 hand off for whatever your offense was. Wrap it up so you don't die, put you in the ambulance and send you on your way. That's too harsh. But a finger for throwing cum on somebody.
ISIS does this?
Yes, they were in this village. And they were laying down the law.
So they weren't killing people. They also just cut off hands. I did not know.
For stealing and for other offenses. Yeah. Maybe not, maybe fucking eating during Ramadan. Like, they're really, really a little strict.
And you watch these videos of them just cutting the hands off?
Oh, yeah.
Man, I just can't.
That's in the public square. It's not pleasant. But I mean, I think that there's something to be said for that. If you're throwing cum on strangers.
Because nothing's going to happen to you in the end, really.
Yeah, fingers. Okay.
And he pleaded guilty, and he didn't go to jail.
Wait, how do you not go to jail?
So now he's doing it in another state.
Multiple MIGs. We saw what happened with him.
Yeah, 4 years ago, Michael Edwards pleaded guilty to squirting his own bodily fluid. It's semen, by the way.
Mike, you don't cum on your hand and throw it on a lady like that.
It's semen. They'd cleaned it up for this story from bottles onto women in Maryland stores. He was caught on camera and through DNA evidence. The prosecution recommended jail time, but the judge gave him 3 years of probation for that. Now Edwards is allegedly back to it again, this time in Virginia. He's been arrested for 2 more sex crimes in Virginia since August, and a source close to the investigation tells us that Edwards is the primary suspect in an even more horrific bodily fluid, it's semen, squirting attack on another woman. In August,
squirted it.
Edwards was arrested for allegedly taking upskirt photos of a woman in a Reston Safeway store, then following her and exposing himself. He was arrested again in early September for allegedly taking upskirt photos of another woman at a different Safeway store. 3 days after that, he allegedly went back to his old ways. According to an affidavit, a Virginia woman was squirted with bodily fluid, but not from the bottle this time.
How did he get his cum in a bottle of squirt? That's such a viscous... material. How much cum do you have in a bottle? Because to squirt something, it's got to be fairly full, and you squeeze and it shoots out. How do you do it?
It's easy. I mean,
He probably waters it down.
Maybe.
Or he just builds up a good load.
Yeah. Or he just did it like a priest and shakes the bottle. Fuck. He was blessing them. Maybe that's why the Pope met Kim Davis. He blessed her. He blessed me, and the Pope was giggling on the plane. They're like, "What's so funny, Your Holiness?" He's like, "I'll tell you when we're in the air." It's still a crime in that country.
Right. When we're over international waters.
Yeah, remember I blessed her why I said open wide? Here's why.
On September 8th, a woman got off the bus at a commuter lot at Lee Highway and Stone Road. Okay, we don't need all that details. Just a few blocks from Edward's home. Okay. According to police, she was walking along the sidewalk when she suddenly felt something on her back. When she turned around, she saw a man touching his genitals. He ran away, but then she started to feel something wet through her clothing, and that is when she called the police. After the attack, police saw Edwards on surveillance video across the street at a gas station. In an interview with police, Edwards said he was home at the time doing Bible study with his mother on the phone.
Well, at least he's not a mental patient. That's good. That's your excuse. When your excuse is I was doing Bible study with mother on the phone, you're a mental patient.
Did you come on this woman?
No, I didn't.
Bible study.
Mother and I were talking about the Lord on the phone. How could I?
The Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just a real
My Lord and
antisocial.
Savior.
What a creep.
That is creepy.
What a fucking creep.
Well, the judge is stupid.
Yeah, how do you not give the guy jail time?
You give him some
cum on somebody.
I think if you throw cum on somebody or squirt it through a water bottle, you should do some jail time.
Or if the finger thing, cutting the finger off is too harsh, they should put your fucking arm against a brick and smash your fucking elbow. Because I know how much I know how unpleasant tendonitis is, and I can vouch for it. Just break your elbow. Yeah, with another brick.
That does not sound fun.
Dude, that's a fucking horrible thing. Imagine if your fucking chick's walking down the street, she had cum thrown on her, and it was dried by the time you get to lick it off. I mean, all right, sorry. Cuckolding 101. You guys, back to you.
We're missing the obvious here. Let's go to Corey in Houston. Good old Houston. How are you, Corey?
And that's how you executive produce. Yes.
Will be funny every time.
Yes.
Go ahead, Corey. Hold on. It might be me.
Oh, no.
Corey, try again. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think it's odd that he's wearing a Superman and a Batman shirt when it's clear that he admires Spider-Man.
That's pretty
That's
funny.
good. No, it's good.
It was clever. I didn't think of it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Corey.
Thank you very much.
I want to talk about cutting fingers off and how it's really done in the Middle East. All right,
Here we
Jimmy.
go.
I don't know about
Jimmy's asking for this.
cutting fingers off. I don't know about in the Middle East. I've only seen the hands. But yes, hello, person.
Hey, what's up, Jimmy?
Hi, buddy.
I think you're right. I think if you look at the way things are in this country now, how many times do you see like a pedophile and they put him in jail for like a month, he gets back out, he does the same thing over and over and over again. In the Middle East, they just cut their hands off, and they don't have a problem with child molestation in the Middle East. So it clearly does solve the problem. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, and especially for stealing, it's way too harsh. But you give pedophiles get like 5 years sometimes or 6 years, and bank robbers get 25 years.
Yeah.
So I get why you'd fucking rob a bank. Who was it, Dillinger? Which one of those famous guys they asked, why did you rob banks? 'Cause that's where the money was. I mean, I get why you'd go take money from an institution with money.
Sure.
But,
He's gone. All right.
All right, thank you.
Let me say hi to Jaron. Karen, what's your name there in Kansas? Jaron, what's going on, buddy?
Well, I've been listening for about a month, and I just really discovered Chip Chipperson about a week ago.
Oh, God bless.
Well, you guys laugh. It's ruining.
That's why I'm laughing. We all
Good.
know what you were going to say.
Good. Please tell me what's happening.
Well, I went to this little biker party type deal, and this guy goes, I had the worst day. I had a staple pulled out of my tire. And I went, yeah, someone tried to leave you a note or something, and no one knew what I was talking about. And I laughed for 30 seconds out loud, and everyone just looked at me like I was stupid.
It was probably too highbrow a joke. Yeah, Chip is very addicting for people, and nothing makes me happier than that. It's just such a stupid thing. Guys just texting that, like, people post screen caps of their texts with their girlfriends, and sometimes the women get into it, but 80% of the time they don't, perhaps 90%.
Yeah.
And it's just the woman texting something and annoying him, and then he's like, what did you fifth? And then nothing. Yeah, that's how I'll always stop certain text messages with certain people. I just fucking do a Chip, and I just know that we're done talking for a while.
Oh man, keep it up. Love
Thank
it,
you.
boys.
All right, buddy.
And I keep teasing the animation, but it is being worked on. Episode 3 is being written. We had to write a third episode, so it's definitely working. And number 1 is complete.
Where is this going to be shown?
Online. I'll probably do it online. I was. They were asking me, my manager, do you want to shop it to a network? And I was going to give it to my agent and I'm like, no. I just want to put it online. I don't know if anybody would want it. I think the humor's too specific. I don't expect it to go anywhere. But I just want to do a few episodes just to get it done.
Oh, my God.
I honestly don't expect it to do much.
Oh, my God. It's going to do great online.
For people who like Chip, it's not the most fucking, it's an acquired taste,
people get
piece of garbage. That's not for everybody.
Well, I think it'll do well.
How long is each episode?
An hour and 47.
Wow.
No, they're very short.
Very long.
I think the first one is
47 minutes.
5.5 maybe, and the second one is maybe 4. That one's not been done yet.
Right.
I have to do a Kickstarter or something for some money. And then the third one is probably going to be 7 minutes, which will be the second one. Yeah.
Very cool.
What kind of perks are you going to have?
Yeah.
I don't. I have one I'm going to do. I could say it, right?
Well, yeah, why not? Unless you don't want to give it away.
No, you should give it away.
Well, but I mean, I haven't set it up yet, so
Well, that doesn't matter. You're just brainstorming.
Let's start creating the buzz.
Well, one of them I want to put as a perk for donation is in one of the episodes, the highest donor will get to be killed by Chip in the episode.
Wow.
Chip will accidentally kill you. I'm thinking a drunk driving or some Claude way of killing you. Chip will murder you by mistake.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be some fun perks in there.
Okay.
Yeah, Chip kills you.
That's a little unusual.
I think people would enjoy that.
But it certainly is going to work for you.
Yeah, plus I want any other perks people want.
People would love probably personalized voice, not voicemails, but like just voice messages from Chip.
Oh, Chip leaving your outgoing message. Yeah, sure.
Personalize it though. That certainly would
Or
work.
a message to you. Yeah, I would do that. Mm-hmm. Sure.
Just those quick 15-second videos that you can just send to people.
Yeah, I'll do all that stuff. I don't know how to do it, but we're already looking into Indiegogo or GoFundMe or Kickstarter. Which one is the best one? And I'll put it on my on my. I probably won't make any money with it. I'm not expecting to get rich off it.
Just have Chip tweet it out.
Chip will tweet it out, but Chip doesn't. Chip has more followers than certain comedians, which makes me really laugh.
Does that make him happy?
It certainly does.
Does that make Jim Norton a little happy?
It does, yeah, but it makes Chip happier.
Yeah.
Chip's very pleased about that. Edgar's not just been floundering on Twitter. He doesn't tweet that much. Yeah. Oh, look, Chip changed his profile pic. He's Trump hat on.
He loves Donald Trump.
Yes, he does.
What's going on with Donald Trump? Forbes is now saying Donald Trump is worth $4.5 billion, which is half of what he claims.
Yeah.
And is that causing a big to-do with Donald Trump? Is he mad that came out?
He'll probably spin it somehow.
He's spinning everything.
He called Forbes a bankrupt magazine.
Yeah, of course.
They were a disaster.
I don't know. Where are we at with Trump? I'm starting to get a little bored. Anyone else getting a little bored with the Trump thing? Talking about how great he is and the polls and stuff. Yeah. I want a little more substance from the man.
He's got to do something big soon.
You think?
Yeah, something
he's
big.
got to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, we got a couple clips that we could try.
By the way, did you see Dr. Steve had
my health won't allow it. Sorry, that didn't help. Apologize.
Explanation for the green poop.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's when a gremlin comes in your hiney. A lot of times somebody will ejaculate into your anus, and it has something with it. It's usually a prostate cancer issue.
He's just a ghoul.
Yeah.
This is his favorite time of year.
Yeah. Sometimes
Halloween.
it turns your semen green, and sometimes in the gay community, one will ejaculate, and the fluid will accumulate around the stool, causing green stool. I hate that. Gets all over my chest. I know I'm painting Dr. Steve in a gay scat relationship. I apologize, Dr. Steve.
Don't you apologize.
Although, no, I apologize for saying it out loud. Oh. All of those things are true. I'm going to lay under a coffee table. Why don't you show me who's boss?
Instead of reading his tweet, why don't we have him call the show real fast?
Yeah, the great Dr. Steve.
Yeah, let's get him on the phone, and then we're going to take a break and eat and figure out other shit.
Blue food coloring. Viscous fecal matter.
And this guy wants to talk about suicide letters. Oh boy, let me say hi to Dale in Syracuse. Go ahead, Dale.
Hey, this guy's my friend. Me and him do work together.
Chip and Dale.
What's up, you piece of garbage? Suicide letter. Go ahead. What's the punchline?
Gentlemen.
Yes.
My wife's father, about a month ago, he eventually died 2 days later, but he shot himself with a small caliber gun.
Right in the head or in the chest?
Right in the left temple.
Oh, wow. And he lived for fucking 2 days?
He lived for 2 days.
Was he conscious or totally knocked out?
He basically brain dead.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Stupid question.
But my wife's sister had to get up here from Atlanta, so it took a little bit for her to get up. But the letter he left, and you guys were referring to the burden that Jim Carrey is going to be left with, basically, they're still going to be dealing with it probably for the rest of their life.
What was the letter?
So it basically explained how he felt that he couldn't connect with them, and how he was an alcoholic, so he was dealing with a lot of that loner type, and really just didn't reach out. While the girls did try to reach him in the last few years to try to get him help, both mentally and with alcohol, but yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, you gotta, if you're gonna leave a note like that, you gotta, unless you're just really angry at somebody, but you'd want to unburden the people in your life.
Of course.
Exactly.
You just let people know,
But I don't think you're in the right frame of mind to
Probably
think
not.
that.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking of an eloquent letter while you're fucking sucking out a pistol.
Right.
Make sure your punctuation is correct so nobody misinterprets.
All right, guys.
All right. Let's say hi to Dr. Steve. Dr.
Hello,
Steve.
boys.
Hi. We saw your tweet, but we decided, why don't we have a nice, lovely conversation with our pal?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Down there in Tennessee. What's going on?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so I saw the story about the green fecal matter with these black Whoppers, but if you look at that thing closely, you can see that to turn it black, they used blue food dye.
Yeah, blue.
Why do you say food dye?
Food dye. Food dye. People live. Fuck yeah. Me and the doc having a good laugh.
Yeah, there you go. So,
that's good.
That's good.
Good doctor of comedy.
But blue food dye plus yellow bile equals green feces. And I first noticed this when I gave my kid some blue, kids yogurt, and it's really bright colors and stuff.
Yeah.
And I emptied his diaper, and it was the most gorgeous emerald green stool that you could ever imagine. I mean, it was just this beautiful.
Yeah, you should have fucking made a painting or something. Hey, look, folks, it's a duty painting. I'm painting the grass.
So I did some investigating, found out that's what it is. That blue food dye is kind of indigestible. It passes through the GI tract.
The fucking GI tract. I had that doll when I was a kid. He was an army man. I'm just chipping you, DRS. Go ahead.
Dr. Steve's really loving Chip today. Wow.
Chip's the fucking best.
I love Chip.
Yes, Chip is freeing. Chip is freeing.
A mom gave birth at a Padres game. What is that about?
It's Tony Gwynn's wife. Boo. Oh. Boo. I couldn't think of another Padre.
I think that's the only one I could name.
Tony Gwynn.
In the history of baseball.
Read her shirt.
What? Keep calm and call a midwife.
Yeah. She looks like a little old lady. We're on CNN watching. It's a little old wrinkled lady. She looks like Kim Davis if she has AIDS, hopefully. And she's sitting next to a woman holding a little baby. And so I guess she's a midwife.
Midwives are creepy, right?
Yeah.
They just want to look at vaginas, no?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Go in there and fish that out.
Go in and fish that out.
Get a waiting pool in the living room. I'll go in there and fish that out for you while your husband sits in the other room.
Where's my snorkel?
Yeah.
I'm going to go in there and fish it out.
So it's nice to know that it's not life threatening at all. A little bit of blue food dye.
So blue, yeah.
I'm going to get some blue food dye now.
And then the yellow bile makes the green poopies, according to Dr. Steve.
I'm going to shit all over the place now. So all I want to do is shit. Because they're showing my apartment. So all I want to do is shit in my toilet and leave it there. And
that's gonna
beautiful.
When I was looking at apartments, one guy had a log in the bowl. It was so great. I went out to this place. It was an amazing apartment with a balcony. And fucking, he was the broker. So I'm with this. I was working with two agents, the one you know and another woman. And she's super hot. We were fucking looking, and I look in his bathroom, and there's a giant turd floating in the bowl. I was so happy.
That's funny.
Yeah. Guy didn't really want to sell his apartment.
Is that the?
I said, does the duty come with the apartment, or is that separate? And he was like, what?
Is that the place you're buying?
No.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm buying any place.
Oh, boy.
I think I'm probably staying where I am. Yeah, losing a lot of money.
Talking about the buying of a place.
Yeah.
Dr. Steve, what are you doing this morning?
I'm just making my kids breakfast while I'm talking.
Writing toe tags, tugging my prick.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. Where are we at with Weird Medicine? What do we got going on?
Well, 10 p.m. Saturdays,
Yep.
and then the rest of the time at E-Rock's Pleasure. And check out our... Oh, shit, did you hang up on me?
No, we're right here.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of laughing because I heard... So you're a little annoyed with E-Rock because he just kind of moves your show around from time to time?
He's really been working hard to get us on more often, so I really appreciate it.
Is he the czar of replays for Weird Medicine?
Yeah.
He decides where it's appropriate to put you sometimes?
I would hate to be
the replays are. I know, I love it. He's I'm just fucking with him because he really... For a while there, we were just one and done on Saturdays, and now we're on several times.
Yeah.
Poor Dr. Steve. He's at the whimsy of a slovenly elephant.
And check out our ETN comedy website. We had this Jim Florentine thing, and it was a huge success, and so we're going to do a lot more of them, and we'd love to have you guys down sometime.
Can I ask you something about that?
Yeah.
Are you getting a little taste, hopefully?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'm
good. As long as you're getting a taste. Because you're trying to bring comedy to the middle of nowhere, basically.
You're right.
How many people live in your area?
Oh, 40,000, if that.
That's it.
Jesus.
But we had
fucking
people
Doc
drive.
Holliday. Is that how you wound up there? You were driving in your car, got fucking veered off, and you fell in love with a girl?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I crashed into the fence.
Yeah, I was going to be a big plastic surgeon, but then I just discovered small town life, and Charles Emerson Winchester was the mayor. And David Ogden Stiers combined with a girl who lets me fuck her in the ass, and I decided to stay. See, good movie.
Well,
Oh my god!
but if you're into film flubs, that movie drives me nuts because after he crashes into the fence, all the wood on the hood of the car moves around from shot to shot. Drives me crazy that they didn't keep that together.
Well, that was Michael J. Fox. He's putting his hand on the hood.
Yeah, there you go.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Yeah,
Stop
Michael.
touching it.
Anything else, Dr. Steve?
Nope, that's it. I got to get my kid to school.
right,
Have a
buddy.
great day, guys.
Thank you, sir.
All right, I got to take another
The
call.
great Dr. Steve.
Yes, absolutely.
Very entertaining man.
Our friend, Weird Medicine on the old Twitter,
The
too.
great Dr. Steve. What's the new Scottish character?
That's good.
I like
Yes,
it.
he likes
his
Dr.
name?
Steve.
Is that the only thing that defines him?
Yes.
That's it?
Yes. I hate Justin Stengel, and I love Dr. Steve.
How did I get thrown in there?
Let's say hi to Jack in Tennessee. Jack.
Jack in Tennessee, is that your name, or is that a verb?
It's actually that. But what's going on, fellas?
Hi.
So my wife decided to stick me with the $300 bill. You guys,
That's a fake piece of money. That don't exist. You're getting robbed. Fucking bitch is robbing you.
oh man. But anyway, fellas,
Who would be
You guys
on the
talked about
$300 bill? All right, what? Go ahead, Jack. Sorry.
yeah, no worries. Yeah, you guys talked about midwives, so I had to call in. My wife is friends with the midwife, and they convinced her we're paying this girl $300.
I've been there before.
I've got a boy coming any day now.
I've been there too.
Oh my God, Jimmy, I love you, man. But so they're going to cook the afterbirth in our house. I have to pay someone $300 to take my wife's fucking placenta. They're going to
please.
Cook it. Oh my God,
No, he didn't.
but they're actually going to put it into capsules for her to ingest. But they have to. The deal is they have to cook it in my kitchen.
Oh, they stop with that shit. Have a placenta burger. What does that do to your shit?
I think they're putting it in pills, you said?
Yeah, they're putting it into pills. Apparently, it's supposed to help. And the midwife's got my wife convinced. It's
Help
gonna
with what?
The cleanup. The midwife doesn't want to clean up the placenta.
Exactly.
She's like, why don't you eat it? Really? Yeah, it's good for you.
Postpartum depression,
It
apparently.
just fell out of your cunt. It's good for you. Eat it.
It helps with depression.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't want to
Yeah.
make a meal out of something that falls out of your twat? Sounds delicious.
Oh my God! Look at
Apparently
this. Look at this
all
guy.
animals-
Oh my God!
Yeah, it helps with depression because you're too busy laughing at whoever eats it. He has no idea. He thinks it's squid.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Look at this video. We got to go to
look
the
up
start.
the video
Oh
of
my
what it
God!
Looks like liver.
It's a YouTube video. I don't even know if it's good. It says cooking up placenta. Could you imagine what that smells like in your house as you're cooking up your?
A census taker tried to test me.
Your wife's placenta.
I ate his placenta.
All right. Could you start this video over?
Sure.
All right. Thank you, Jack. We got to watch a video now, and we'll tweet it out. We're going cold into this. We don't even know if it's going to be entertaining, but
It's called cooking up placenta.
it's got to be good. Let's
The hospital, which is quite sad. Frankie's got a bit of a temperature, but they'll come back soon enough. But this does give me a good opportunity to eat the placenta. We're going to come up with some kind of that's the placenta there, some kind of spag bowl. Okay, there's the got a bit of that, mushroom,
vegetables and oils,
kind of chili fry it a little bit.
Yeah.
Olive oil.
One of those.
That's just
couple
creepy
tomatoes,
shit.
and some kind of obviously the Polish beer to keep me going. First things first. Chop up all the veggies.
Just disgusting.
Chopping up the onions and the veggies and the peppers.
It's in a bucket.
Oh my God! Like a spackle bucket.
That's and the umbilical cord.
Oh God!
That's fucking gross, man. It's just this new age shitty thinking. It's people who don't want to let go. I don't want to throw out any of my kid. Get rid of it. It's blood and it fell out of her vagina. Fucking beat it.
Well, let's slow down a minute.
It's not nutritional.
You think the umbilical cord tastes like a good calamari?
No,
a good calamari.
Oh. It probably tastes like a wet, gooey duck clam that hasn't been cooked. Fishy and like body odor.
There's a
It's
reason
like biting into an armpit.
There's a reason why we don't eat this shit. It's
Yeah.
like we
Wow.
decided thousands of years ago it's not worth it.
Exactly.
Just plant it under a tree like other people do.
Exactly. There's what I
plant it, bury it, whatever, because I don't think it's going to grow after that. But I mean, bury it under don't they bury it under a bush or a tree in the front yard?
It's called "This is what a clingy parent I am. I can't even let the blood around the kid's head go." This is what a fucking obsessed
Look at
parent
the
I am.
splatter in the bucket.
It's awful.
All right, continue.
It out. I'm going to get rid of the cord. You're not supposed to eat that. But,
of course.
Yummy. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how this is going to go because I'm not really the cooking type normally. But he's in.
Oh, he's coating it with onions. He's doing everything he can. Garlic.
Yeah.
Everything.
So it doesn't have.
There we go. Okay, it's all looking. Where it should be. Now, chop up.
Fucking horrible.
The meat.
That's just the onions. He didn't put the meat in here yet.
Here we go. Right, I'm supposed to get rid of the membrane bit and.
Here's the membrane. You can see the veins in it.
Good.
I'm out.
You're out for real? You can't handle it?
It looks like a wet raw steak.
Oh, it's in there.
That's disgusting. Sounds good.
Tomato
Green
sauce.
pepper in there.
Yeah. He's putting everything he can in there to kill the taste. I've decided to chop a tire up and throw the tire in there. I'm spraying right in it.
I think you're right, though. I think you can eat a tire if you prepare it this way.
Everything.
Treat it like you treat liver. I think it's time to get the pasta on. Tell me that's not looking good. Okay, let's give it its first taste.
Hey, it's fucking horrible.
Yeah, get some of the placenta. He's just slurping the placenta sauce. You gonna put it over pasta?
Yeah, it's quite nice and chilly, which is all. Right.
Oh, that is so disgusting.
What is he putting it over? Pasta. All right.
Oh God.
That's good. Spaghetti with your fucking
wife's placenta.
I don't understand the attraction to it. I'm sure people are gonna call me and say I'm stupid, but
first bite.
He's eating it on steak on something.
Yeah, but he could have switched it out for a little steak or something.
Yeah, it's a bit livery.
A bit livery, he said?
Yeah. Of course it is.
But nice. Cheers, Frankie. Okay.
I find his music choice more offensive than what he's eating. Fucking white guy eating placenta listening to rap.
That is, oh my God, that's gross.
Awful.
We started by talking about bad breath and teeth. Could you imagine a couple days later you're flossing out placenta that's stuck in between your teeth?
Got something in your teeth. Oh, that's a piece of membrane.
Oh,
that's a vein.
We got a guy that did this. One last call. Let's go to David. In Philadelphia. David.
Yeah, hey guys. So this guy's preparing it all wrong, actually. So when ours was made,
we actually hired, it was the midwife, kind of like that other call thing. And when you cook it, after it's done, you put it on the ground, and he goes, treat yourself, and you stomp on it. That's what you're supposed to do, and it really adds to the flavor. It's delicious, quite frankly.
Okay. What are we supposed to do with that?
I earned that cake.
Yes, I
A placenta stomp? Is that what you're saying, sir?
Yes, I think he's referring to the unfortunately famous cake stomp video.
It is quite popular.
That continues to make the rounds.
Address it. You got to address it. You hide from it, it gets worse.
I'm not hiding from anything. The assholes reposted it to try to get me in trouble. What do you want from me?
I don't even think it's
people. I mean, people know the full story and know what that whole thing was about. So that's it.
I think your apology originally made it worse. I don't know. That's just me.
What apology?
You're like, it was a bit. Like, it wasn't a bit. I was kind of mean. You got to be honest about that.
It was kind of mean, but it was also a bit, yes. And it was something I felt like I could do at the time with a guy we knew and saw on a regular basis, yes.
Did he know about it ahead of time?
Did he know about it? No.
So it wasn't a bit. It was in your eyes a bit, but not in his. That's the problem.
He kind of understood what we were doing. We talked to the guy almost every day on the walkover.
He was pretty upset.
Dude, you're acting like context doesn't matter. That's like listening to the Homeless Charlie audio and saying, wow, these guys are really racist and horrible because they want to see Condoleezza Rice get raped. When he's like, no, the context of who the guy was does matter.
Yeah, we knew him pretty well. The guy, I explained recently, the guy would set up along our route because he knew we were coming, and he knew it was really good if he was, in our way as we did the walkover. Every day he got stuff from us, and it got to a point where I personally felt like I knew the guy, where I could do a outrageous shock jock type of bit, but he would be okay in the end. Yes, that's exactly what I thought. And we saw him many times after that, and he was beyond cool about the whole thing. So would I do it today? I don't think so. I mean, we're also talking about something that happened 8 years ago.
Right. It's an 8-year-old video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear you. I think the biggest thing is 3 years ago, this would have been brought to the forefront on the show right away. It's just weird that you're hiding from it, not addressing it.
I'm not hiding from it.
It's everywhere, but you're not talking about it.
Why should I? I've said everything I can about the thing. It's just people trying to start up shit again. That's all.
All right.
I've explained it. Me, Anthony, and Jimmy did about 40 minutes on the whole thing. Explain that the whole bit, and that's online too. But people want to ignore that. We also had audio from the guy. I thought it was the next day, but people are saying it was about a week later. We saw him, and he is beyond cool about everything that went down, and was actually really excited to see us again. But people want to blow off that part of the story and just focus on a video that is completely out of context. Yes.
Okay. Well,
I personally gave the guy a lot of money. Anthony personally gave the guy a lot of money. Jimmy, the same thing. And our listeners every day would come walking with us to do the walkover from K-Rock to XM. And this guy absolutely would set up knowing we were coming, knowing he was going to have a nice morning as far as money, food, and all sorts of stuff the guy got. We talked to a whole bunch of guys that would set up on our route because they knew we were coming with a whole bunch of generous people. It was just part of what we were doing back then. Remember Mac? There was a guy named Mac we took care of a lot, but he had the leg. Remember the leg that wasn't.
I'm thinking of a different Mac. I'm thinking of the one that went to a mental institution and eventually was smothered by the chief.
But there you go, David. Anything else?
No, I think that the funny part is you're like, yeah, we just gave him money, and I mean that's like
no, it was way more involved in that. See, if you want to continue hating and all that, then that's absolutely what you would say. You made it go away by throwing money at him. No, it was way more involved in that.
No,
I completely felt at the time that he was, a friend of the show, part of the show, because we talked to him so much that I could do something pretty outrageous and shocking, mostly to make Anthony and Jimmy laugh. Like, holy shit, I can't believe he just did that. And also knowing in my heart that the guy would be completely fine with the whole thing in the end, at the end of the day. Yes, that's exactly what I thought.
We're going to have to agree to disagree on this one, but keep up the good work, guys. I just wish this was brought to the forefront.
But it's also stupid. It's something that happened 8 years ago, and I'm getting death threats and hate from people that have absolutely no fucking idea what that whole thing was about.
I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. I just think people are also entitled to their opinion off of.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Don't call it haters.
But it's frustrating. What?
Don't call it hate.
People are haters. That's pretty obvious. Stop.
You need to get that over your head, man. That's weird. That's just a weird, like, cop-out self.
No, not really.
On your end.
Not really, David. If people want to, choose not to, like, yes, Kenny. Kenny's in studio now.
I love Kenny. Hey, Ken.
You're an asshole who doesn't know what he's talking about.
He's your boss. Don't talk to him that way.
No, I'm referring to this caller.
Oh, sorry.
Kenny, that hurts my feelings. I'm not.
No, you're just trying to. You're trying to stir up the shit.
Exactly. You're just inciting nonsense.
It's something that happened 8 years ago that we addressed when it did become viral the first time. I think 2 summers ago. We explained it on our show when Anthony was still with us.
Let me handle this. This guy, you're ignorant, mister. You should check things out and get your facts before you act.
That hurts my feelings, legitimately.
I don't care. That's you. If you let it hurt your feelings, I'm just stating something. All right, because there's a lot of shit going on. All right, and there is hate, and it's uncalled for and unnecessary.
Oh boy, Ken, stop with the hate, please.
No, you stop with it. With your passive aggressive bullshit.
Oh boy.
Yeah, David, it's something that happened a long fucking time ago. So it's being brought up to fucking try to, to try to hurt me. Period. It's nothing that has happened recently. It's a long fucking time ago.
All right. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, just like other people.
Stop bringing up opinion, you stupid fuck. Opinions are like assholes.
Yeah.
Everybody's got one. They all stink, and so do you.
That hurts me to the core.
I don't care.
Hold on, let me put Jimmy.
I'm right here
in Staten Island on the phone. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yo, good morning, boys.
Good morning,
David. You sound like a hipster jerk off cunt. Shut your fucking shit trap. He was doing a fucking bit. He did the bit. It's over. Get over it, you fucking cunt. You meat this fucking spermazoa. Listen, by the way, I sold the ring for coke. Punch it out.
See, now that's the difference between that jerk off and this caller. This caller, he's intuitive. He gets it.
I honestly didn't mean to come off.
No, I think you get it as well, but you don't like me, which is fine.
Oh,
you're gonna
I never said that.
so you're gonna try, to find something that you could attack me on.
Yeah, go type on the internet how good you did with your phone call.
It's something that happened 8 years ago. We addressed it. I have no problem with what I did back in 2007. I've explained myself. I absolutely don't walk around Manhattan purposely jumping on people's food.
Although, let's be honest, there's not a lot of cakes on the ground. It's very rare you'd have that opportunity.
But I would never just do that. I would obviously really think about it, and I knew at the time that Andrew would be fine with it. Yes, absolutely.
All right, I'm sorry to get you guys all upset.
Nah, you're just a dick, David. We've been doing this long enough to know when someone's just being a dick.
All right.
All right. Have a nice day. Thank you.
I hope he's happy now.
I'm sure he's running to some site right about now.
I'm sure you're right.
I gotta upload this. I got him good.
All right, breakfast time.
I already ate.
You ate through that whole thing?
Yes, I did. I was enjoying my breakfast while Kenny was shouting and making a big fucking uncomfortable ruckus.
All right. Yeah, and Lady Trucker thought it was hilarious because I almost slipped and fucking broke my neck. Thanks, Lady Trucker.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support. But
yeah, it's funny. Every year when I go out to do the West Coast to promote something, it's always on the explain what just happened with Opie and Anthony tour. Like 2 years ago, it was the cake stomp. Mm-hmm. I had to explain. And then last year, it was Anthony's firing. So if I go out this year to promote something, hopefully there'll be nothing fucking awful.
It's always something. But it's just frustrating when people don't know. A lot of people... because they don't listen to the show, they think it happened like last week. They don't even know what year it happened.
They refuse to believe. Some people have their own agenda.
I understand it upsets some people. I do get that part of it too. But I explained all this already.
I always wonder what happened, Andrew. All those guys.
And when we stopped doing that walk, A lot of them went away, and they found another spot that would bring in the money.
I told you, Charlie.
Because I still walked that route, and those guys were gone because they knew we weren't coming anymore.
Charlie came to Caroline's to see me one time, homeless Charlie.
I know. He was the greatest.
Yeah. Still homeless, though.
He was the greatest homeless Charlie.
A bunch of the Late Show writers and myself, we used to stand there and just watch you guys do the walkover.
Right.
And just watch the crowd and watch you guys just...
It became such a thing that we had regulars that would come out of their office buildings, and like I said, the homeless knew we were coming. Mm-hmm. And we were very, very generous. Not just I will say we, because we were, and then our listeners were very generous on top of that.
I never gave them nothing.
You didn't want to?
No.
How many times did we see Andrew for real?
Once.
No.
Son of a bitch.
Almost every day.
Almost every day. We would talk to him. He became like a part of the show.
The scariest guy was the cross-dresser.
And we still see him.
Yeah, you mean Christ?
We still see the cross-dresser.
Nothing on the show.
The cross-dresser homeless guy is very scary.
Yeah.
He's still around 7th Avenue and I want to say 50...
In the 50s.
50s.
I could have immediately answered that, but I figured out.
He is very scary. And he is a cross-dresser, and I remember one time he did chase us in high heels.
Yeah.
And we were still scared, even though this guy's running in high heels. All right, we're going to take a break and continue. Jimmy, what do you got going? Oh, what?
Death threats are just, they're silly. They're just silly. People just send things and they...
I only wrote one guy back. I go, do you even understand the whole story? Just please, go and do a little research. There's stuff all over the internet about that.
But nobody cares about that.
It's just about finding things that fit the agenda.
Of course.
That's it.
And they watch it out of context. I understand that happens, but there was so much more to that. We saw the guy every fucking day. Every day. Those guys became part of the show.
Then why are you hiding from it, Opie? Oh, sorry.
Oh.
What happened to you?
No, yeah, sorry. That guy seemed like a nice fellow.
Are you the Eric S. on Twitter that's been hassling you?
I want to talk about his documentary show. This guy seems nervous, probably trying to start shit.
Oh, no.
Paul in Los Angeles.
I'm right here.
Paul,
Hey, what's up? What's going on, Tits?
Hey.
Huh?
What's going on, Tits?
What's going on with you?
Nothing, dude. I was just watching some of your YouTube videos. They're pretty funny.
Okay.
I like the one where you're following the old lady around town.
What's wrong with that?
No, I like
he's giving you a compliment.
Oh, that video's years old too.
Well, you don't think it's funny?
Yeah, I kind of liked it. So, what is
you
that?
Like people call you Tits?
If they want to call me Tits, that's fine.
There's 3 people in the studio you could have meant.
Do you want to suck on them? I don't know what you're getting at.
Well,
Jimmy.
Come on now.
Do you want to suck on my tits? Is that what this is about? Or why are you obsessed with my tits?
Do you want people to suck on your tits or something?
No,
this guy's another jerk off. Why did you have to start out with a phony pretense? If your whole thing was to mention tits.
Hello, I was just saying hello. I was going to.
No, you're a jerk off.
No, I was going to get to the documentary.
No, that's what I think. I think you're a jerk off.
Okay.
And I guess people are obsessed with my tits.
I know I am.
No,
I've never I've never been into nipple play or having them sucked or anything. I'm sorry you're not gonna be able to suck on my tits there, Paulie.
I like your ass.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got tits too. Don't you have tits, stupid?
There's a nice lesson there.
Yeah, that's good. You guys are good, man.
Thank you.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy.
I'm right here.
No, that's not Jimmy.
It's me, sir. I know me. Trust me. I wish I wasn't me.
No, I'm saying you're starting to sound like Opie. I'm just telling you, man.
Okay.
What is that about?
What do you mean, okay? I'm telling you, I just thought you were Opie.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. So what you were saying, Jimmy?
Yeah. So
what do you want? I'm right here.
Oh, that's what's going on, man.
Oh, God, Paul. Go away.
Jesus, dude. I left the door open.
I'm sorry you can't suck on my tits.
Let's talk about the documentary.
I left the door open for you to slam me.
No, we knew you weren't going to talk about the documentary show.
Sir.
We were way ahead of you.
I do want to talk about it.
We're doing it next Monday at 7 o'clock at night, me and the Stangles.
Yep.
We're very excited about it.
Is it 4? 4?
What?
4 documentaries I watch, or?
Thanks for the call, Paul.
No, oops. Come on. I'm not even going to call you Tits. I'll call you Oopsie.
Well, you call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. I
gotta work, but don't call him late for supper. Fucking humor alleviates all the tension.
I don't even have tension. If people want to obsess about my tits, then obsess about my tits.
You bet.
That's fucking creepy.
No, it's not.
I think there's a lot of guys out there that want to suck on my tits.
That's right. A lot of guys in here that want to.
Well, I mean,
fucking Travis, he knows.
All right, Paul. Thanks for your call. All right.
All right. Take care, man.
All right.
Love you guys.
We're gonna take a break now. Jimmy, what do you got to promote? Anything?
Just fucking hold on. I have Irvine coming up in 2 weeks. Albany coming up, Charlotte, Erie, Pennsylvania, my first time ever, Jacksonville, Louisville, Scottsdale, and a whole shitload of stuff to announce. I think in February I'm starting an actual tour for 2 months.
Very cool.
I think so. But who knows what I'll be doing. Probably scraping together money because I'm about to lose a lot of it.
No, it'll work out.
I don't think it's going to work out.
It will work out.
No, it's positivity doesn't mean anything. But, all that people I didn't think positive. I did everything right that I was supposed to do. Every financial statement right. I pay my taxes. I pay what I'm supposed to pay. And it's just there's something that gets fucked up. Very frustrating.
So can't you just get a lawyer in to...
I had the lawyers involved already. He's the lawyer,
What? You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time type of what? I don't understand. I do understand. I'm just playing radio now. I know exactly what's going on with Jimmy. Jesus. Why'd they just do that?
Well, yeah.
But I know he doesn't want to really talk about it right now.
Well, it's just too much to get into, and it's just fucking frustrating.
But I don't you have another guy?
Yeah, but there's only a certain amount of time to do this stuff in.
Gotcha.
You want to buy a DVD?
You want to buy 30,000 of them?
All right, I'm gonna eat. Jimmy ate already.
I ate.
Jimmy got his plugs in.
Yes, I did.
And we got the cast of The Benders coming in, right? That's the show you did, Jimmy, no?
I did the first episode. Lindsay Broad's coming in, Andrew Schultz and Chris DiStefano. Last night was this event for them at the Village Underground. And Bobby Kelly was there because he's in an episode. Kurt Metzger was there. He's in one. And Kurt's scene is very funny. And Steve Sharippa. And it's a funny show.
Cool.
And they're all good actors.
I looking forward to talk to the guys about it and see little Jimmy Norton on the first episode. When does it premiere?
I think tomorrow night. I believe tomorrow night,
Jim's
10 o'clock.
name is in the live read copy.
What?
As a guest.
Yeah,
wow.
Guest star.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I got to read Jim Norton's name in the commercial?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be in studio for this, Jimmy?
Yes, unless I'm pissing.
Okay. I could wait for you to come back so you could hear your name.
I would like to hear my name.
Should I say it a certain way, or
no? Just read it. They all know who I am.
Can I add some adjectives?
Please, yeah.
Okay.
The dynamic Jim Norton.
You want the dynamic?
Yes, I do.
I could do that.
Sure.
And it's a word I could say, so that's good too. All right, we will be back as I write dynamic. Stay there.
I do enjoy this beat.
It's nice. I was busy looking at Troy Kwan's shit picture. I'm trying to see if I got everybody on. Troy Kwan also had one of those black Whoppers yesterday. Did you see his? It's an amazing green.
It's a crazy green, I told you.
That's an amazing green.
It looks like that green screen color, a very bright green.
Yeah, it's not like brown with a little green. It's green.
It is bright green. Show Jim Norton.
Can I answer a question from Twitter?
Yeah.
Will Jim face the ultimate auditor? No, this is not a tax issue, Joseph. No, my taxes are in fine form.
I think he means God.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case, I will. My life. According to the Old Testament, I'm in deep shit. A man shall not what? Even in a dress?
Did you show Jim?
Look at that. I feel fat in this shirt. Oh.
You look lovely.
Oh, wow, that's real. That's Joker green.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Joker green.
That's very impressive. They should make crayons out of that or something. That's a very nice green.
It really is.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what I had.
You know, some Williamsburg artist will paint a ceiling with it. It's the recycled shit of the Whopper.
I forgot to mention we had Plaxico Burris in here yesterday. He was great.
He was great.
He wants to come back, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I heard he called Roland, said he had a great time.
Yeah, he was really nice, man.
When he first walked in, he was just sitting, waiting to go on mic. Excuse me, I was a little intimidated. I'm like, oh boy, how's this going to go?
Plaxico Burris?
No, because he was just sitting there and...
He was a little quiet.
He was very quiet and to himself.
Well, even if he had a gun, he's not going to shoot you. What? But bother him swim walking.
And then he got on mic and he was great. He had a nice sense of humor, very honest, very open about his time in the NFL, his time in jail, the gun thing. What are you doing?
Fucking my stomach's bothering me. I'm fat.
You're not fat.
Blubber.
You're tiny.
At least you don't have bosoms.
I do.
You have bosoms?
Not like they used to be, but they're there. It's smaller.
Why are you covering up?
Because I'm shy about my bosoms. Shy about my nipples.
Anyway, we're going to put some clips up. We're trying to get the video element going. It's going pretty well.
Yeah.
Some of these videos do very, very well. People want to see, what went down in the studio. So I think we got a quick clip up there right now about him talking about the brand new, the helmets that the NFL is using. And he's not a fan of the new helmets in the NFL. It's a very quick clip. So we'll tweet that out today. I think I tweeted earlier, if you follow me on Twitter, Opie Radio, and we'll put it on the show accounts and all that shit. So go check that out. I think we'll put another Plaxico Burress video up there very soon.
It was very interesting to hear about when he hurt his shoulder and he knew there was something very wrong, and it sounds like they told him to just kind of go back into the game. He knew that there was...
He knew it was over.
Yeah.
He knew that was his final play.
Yeah. I'm sure the NFL is happy to hear that kind of thing.
Do you understand what I was saying yesterday? When you see these guys walk off the field, I always think to myself, is that it for that guy?
Right.
He spent his whole life playing football, and now he's got two guys helping him off the field with a horrible knee injury. Is that it? He just had his final play in the NFL.
Right.
Well, he said the first game of fucking preseason, their careers are over.
Right.
Because you don't have that big rookie contract. That stinks.
Yeah.
I blew up. That's why I didn't play in the NFL. I fucking hurt myself. Shoulder injury.
It was a shoulder injury?
Yep.
How bad was it?
Bad.
But like...
Just the whole rotator veins.
Veins?
Rotator veins?
Yep. Rotator veins that you could hurt?
Yep.
It wasn't a rotator cuff? Or...
Nope. I was a little boy playing football.
You sure you got that right?
Yep. Sometimes you get caught in a bombing vortex.
No, I think we could.
And that's what I'm in. Basically, what is a bombing spiral?
I think we could do this. I think we could work this out,
Jimmy.
I had nothing there, and I just kept going down the tubes.
But you got to try.
Yeah.
I think we had something. I was going to ask you how much time you had to take off, and then the answer would have been a weekend or something. But it still ruined my my playing days.
I didn't think of it.
Okay, all right, let's try it.
I saw no way out of that fucking. I was just in a black hole of a bomb, and I was finished.
We were on your side, though. We were there to help you.
Lady Di's on the phone. Hold on. Before I knew that was coming. It's not a bit with her anymore.
No.
Yeah, we got to put this to bed.
It's not a bit anymore. We used to have fun with her, but now it's just sad. And I actually apologized to her on Twitter because
for what?
She showed up here. I didn't tell her to show up so we could, not put her on the air. We started a thing where she might have her own show here and all that, and then I realized it's just not a bit anymore. It's not a bit with her anymore. It used to be fun.
She asked me about that on my advice show. She called in, and she said, "Do you know anything about my?" Yeah, I did, because I'm sick and tired of her fucking moping around, acting like nobody. It's just she's irritating. It's like, just take the help people are offering you and shut your face. But so I took the advice, the calling the advice show, and then she asked me about her radio show here. And so I obviously understand somebody's been saying something. I don't know where it came from, but I wasn't going to blow it up and ruin it. So I just told her I was not at liberty to discuss it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if that was started by the fans. I was assuming it was.
And the fans, to be honest with you. And then I realized, it's over. It's sad. And then I did say, I'm like, we've tried everything with her. We give her money. We try to get her into rehab. Dr. Steve spent a lot of time trying to get her into rehab. And she has said no to all of this.
Yeah.
Let me talk to her for 1 minute. I promise we'll make it quick. Lady Di.
Yes. Hi. How you doing today?
Good.
That's good. I heard everything you said, and I understand. I understand how you feel. Okay, because I really didn't see, that much truth in it either. You know what I mean? Like me having my own show and so on and so forth.
You mean you really kind of saw through the farce of you being in the pit of alcoholism and them saying you have to interview the Pope tomorrow? You saw that there might be something off?
I knew I wasn't going to interview the Pope. Come on.
All right. Well, that makes me feel a little better because
come on, Jimmy.
I started that. I said, where were you? You were supposed to interview the Pope. And if it was a few years ago, that would be fun for everybody. But now it's just, it's kind of sad, Lady Di. And we've tried to help you. So many people have reached out to you.
Yeah.
And you just don't want to, try to make yourself better. Dr. Steve organized the whole thing for you, and then you had some weird reason why you weren't going to go.
What did he organize for me?
Huh?
What did he organize for me?
Oh, my God. Should we get Dr. Steve on the phone? He was trying to get you in rehab and try to get you, evaluated and all that stuff.
Yeah, when was this?
No, why? Stop
see
it.
this?
Just stop with this. That's why I even take our calls. It's nonsense.
Well,
it's a waste of time.
I did want to just explain myself that it's not fun anymore.
I like you, Lady Di. I like you a lot, and I feel very bad for you and your shitty decision making, and the fact that you're just sitting there, vomiting into a sink and shitting your pants, and it's like,
I'm not doing that.
But you understand what I'm saying. Your life is terrible, and you just refuse to take that step to help. And people who like you have tried to help you time and time again, and you just refuse to accept it. What do you want? What do you want?
I don't know.
Why don't you just stop? Aren't you tired of living like an asshole, and wrecking your life? Aren't you tired of doing this?
Well, the only thing I do is drink.
I know, that's what what do you think I'm talking about?
I'm not sitting here doing coke or anything or doing drugs.
Yeah, I know. We can always find out the things that we aren't doing. Jared from Subway can say, at least I'm not killing kids. Yeah, but you're looking at child porn and you might have molested some. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you understand? We can always find something we're not doing. That doesn't make up for what we are doing. That's fucked up.
I'm just trying to say that,
I know.
I'm not.
Yeah, but at this point, the drinking is good enough.
Yeah, well,
it's caused obvious, physical problems with you. It's obvious to everybody.
What kind of physical problems?
See, it's not fun anymore.
No, seriously.
We used to have a good time with you. It was kind of fun.
Right.
But it's not funny anymore because you're in complete denial.
Your roommate died and fucking pretty much threw up his stomach in front of you. You guys drank together. You lived like that. You had bed bugs or whatever you had. And it's still not a wake up call for you. So it's like I'm kind of done trying to, I like you and I wish you nothing but the best. But there's nothing else to be said about it.
I do. I like you as well. I mean, you and Marion gave us amazing radio over the years, but something hit me very recently. I'm like, this is just not fun anymore. We try to help you,
Well, the day that I was up there,
we had what was it? A Kickstarter to pay your rent. We did all sorts of stuff. And then when you're here, we throw money at you. And then we had Dr. Steve organizing. I don't know exactly what he organized. I'm almost positive he was trying to get you into rehab at the very least.
That's exactly.
Thank you, Travis. Jesus.
I forgot.
But she refused to go because it was inpatient.
What do you mean you forgot? How do you forget that someone's trying to help you and get you into rehab?
We text all the time.
Huh?
We text each other all the time.
Yeah, because he cares about you.
I know he does. I didn't say anything about Dr. Steve. I think he's a great guy.
So
I didn't say anything about him. He's great.
Look, I will say this. I absolutely apologize to you because I think we've gone too far with you. I was going with the whole old Lady Di Marion thing, having a little fun, and then I realized, man, this is just wrong now. It just feels wrong.
Well,
I really wish you nothing but the best. I hope you somehow figure it out. I hope the next person that comes along and tries to help you, you maybe listen and go for it.
Well, yeah, no, you're right. Because I really do need the help, and that's
we've heard this a million times. Just do it. Just do it. I would love to get that phone call. I'm in rehab, guys, and I'm doing okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Holy shit!
Can we put this? No, not that part. Not what you just said. Can we put this part to bed? The thing about me having a radio show over there. Can we put that to bed?
I don't know how to respond to that.
No, because people on Twitter are telling me this.
What is there to put to bed?
We told you.
You missed your interview with Gandhi.
I'm not going to have my own radio show. I already know
if
that.
If you get your shit together, we'd love to have you on as a well, maybe some of us would love to have you on as a regular again.
Some of us.
I'll say some of us. All right?
No. I mean, that's different. But I'm just saying, some people are saying, I'm going to have my own radio show.
All right, there's no radio show.
I didn't think so. All right.
You sort of said that when we started the conversation. All right. Thank you, Lady Di. All right.
All right. I love you. All right.
And we love you. That's for real. See, and a whole bunch of people call. My dad drank himself to death. She's lying. Give up. Sometimes I don't get that whole giving up on someone, but sometimes you have no choice, right, Jimmy?
Yeah. I mean, look, do what you want to do. What am I going to tell you, Di?
That tells you all you need to know is that after you guys have that big talk with her. She goes, "Okay, now my radio show."
Right.
I'm like, it's just it just gets to a point where you're like, no.
But I think you're right. I think we have it's not fun anymore. I think we have to leave it behind.
It was fun for a really long time.
I know. I used to like listening to it.
A really long time. All right. Where were we, guys? We got Chris DiStefano, Lindsey Broad, and Andrew Schultz coming in a little bit. Are they here yet?
They just arrived.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right. We went really late. Could we take another break, then come back with them? Travis, we'll do a short break. Let's do a short break, and then we'll get those guys in. It's all right. From the Benders, which starts up tomorrow night. Jimmy Norton, James P. Norton.
I think it's just Benders.
It's Benders. Yeah,
Benders.
It's called Benders, and it's they'll explain what it is, but it's a funny show, and the reviews are good for it too.
And Jimmy's on the first episode, so
I
that's
certainly am.
Right there is
Guest
the reason.
starring.
Does it say guest starring?
No, but I'm saying that.
I think they should have guest starring.
I think they should have an
and
introducing
a giant font.
Introducing
I like
Jim
that.
Norton. Like, look at this boy that we're springing on you.
Young James Norton.
Hello, America.
What was the whole introducing thing? They couldn't really commit. They weren't sure if the character was going to work. So introducing, and we'll see how it goes, right?
Or I think that they felt that this person was going to be big, and they wanted to make it like a special. They wanted to separate them in the credits. Like sometimes a really famous person who's doing a small part, and it will be the final credit. It's a weird thing, and then playing the part of, will be this, I don't know why I'm explaining what a credit is. We've all fucking watched television for 40 years. Fucking boring myself.
Quick break. We're going to get the guys from Benders in studio next. Stay there. What a nice surprise on the phone. We got the guys from Benders standing by. They're going to come in a few minutes, but we always take a phone call from our pal Bill Burr. What's up, Bill?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
We're Jimmy went to take a leak. I heard you're doing a radio tour, had a few minutes to kill, and decided to call us.
The compelling Jim Norton.
Well, he wanted to say dynamic, because he's in the first episode of Benders, which I'm looking forward to seeing, because it's about hockey. So, you like?
Oh yeah, isn't that Dennis Leary and Serpico and those guys are doing that one, right?
I believe you might be right. Is Serpico involved in Leary with Benders?
I don't know. Leary wasn't there last night, but Jim Serpico was.
He is executive producer.
Jim's show.
Yes.
That's the dynamic Jim Norton. What's up, buddy?
Hi, buddy. I was just peeing real quick, and I'm now back. How are you?
Hey.
I said it was compelling.
Yes.
Why are you doing a radio tour today? What are you promoting?
Doing a whole thing going through the Rust Belt, and I had to call Bob and Tom's show like super early, and now I have like an hour and a half gap, and I was just like, why don't I check in on the fellas?
I love it. I only want to talk about one thing. I bow to you. Slash and Duff. Are you kidding me? You gotta walk us through that. I saw the video. I was out of my mind.
I got to tell you, that's the coolest thing I've ever done. Nothing comes close. How the hell did it happen? I'm doing this cartoon called F is for Family for Netflix, 6 episodes that comes out in December. And when we needed somebody to score the music for it, the guys at Wild West knew Dave Kushner, who played in Velvet Revolver, of course, so got to know him. And then next thing you know, he goes, hey, I'm doing this benefit, and a bunch of these musicians are going to come down and play. You want to watch us play? And it was, people from Jane's Addiction, all these big-time, heavy hitters. And I was like, yeah, man, can I just sit there and watch you guys play? He's like, yeah, cool. So about 5 days before the event, he goes, you want to come and play drums on one song? And I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I mean, I'd love to, but I'm not going to go up there where it's a bunch of pros, and then you guys have to deal with me and my hobby. and then you got to pretend to be like, no, dude, it sounded good. No, I'm not going to be that guy, right?
Yeah.
So about 3 days before the event, I'm like, you're just being a pussy. That's the only reason why you're saying no. They don't give a shit. Just go up there. So I text him, like, man, fuck it, I'll do it. So he wrote back, shit, okay. He goes, learn Whole Lot of Love. So immediately I'm like, oh my God, that sounds like impossible. Like Don Bono, he starts the fills on 3, goes over the bar. I'm a comedian. I can't do that stuff. So for 2 days, I'm sitting there rehearsing like I'm going to be in the Oscar pit, playing the music. And there's a couple fills I just can't do, so I just came up with a game plan. I got 2 fills down, and I was like, I'm going to play these things like 20 times each, and I hope nobody notices, right? So fortunately, like the day before the gig, he goes, you want to just play Highway to Hell? And I was like, yes.
Let's do that. So he goes, fine. So I went there. It was hilarious. It was like this private tennis club, the top of the Hollywood Hills. If you look at the video, it looks like we're on Austin city limits, but it's actually downtown L.A. So I show up there at like 3 o'clock, and the band sounds unbelievable. And as I'm being introduced to all these guys, I'm like trying to Google their names to see, where I know these guys from, why they're so good. Yeah. I'm at the top of the Hollywood Hills, so I can't get it. And all these names are coming up. Jane's Addiction and studio guys and Frankie Perez, who was like the lead singer in Slash's band, and they sound unreal. So finally, I go up there, I sit in, and I play, Highway to Hell. We run through it a couple of times, and they go, all right, man, sounds cool. Come back tonight. So I'm like, all right, good. Thank God I didn't embarrass myself. So that night I show up. I hope this isn't getting too long.
No, I love it. Are you kidding?
All right, so that night I show up. Now there's a whole crowd of people there, people that drink it, whatever. Now it's real. So now I'm even more nervous, and I'm like, what the hell? Why the hell did I say yes to this? I'm such an idiot. Why do I get myself into these situations? So they're tearing through their set. And I was thinking I was going to be like one of the, they get me out of the way, and they got me like 10 songs in. After they're murdering these songs, and like the drummer's like a studio guy, he's like the head director of like the Blue Man Group thing, which is total percussion show, and he's playing like Keith Moon stuff. It sounds like the album. I'm going, oh my God, stop being so awesome. It's like when you don't want to follow a great comic, it's like just get me on stage. I don't want to follow this guy. So finally, they were finishing up like Roadhouse Blues.
Oh, God.
So I like snuck up onto the bandstand. And as I go to sit down, Kushner's on stage, and so was Frankie, and the rest of the band just walks off. And I'm thinking, like, what the hell's going on? This isn't how we rehearsed it. And I'm in full-on panic mode. Right? I don't do this for a living. I just play like a jerk-off by myself.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, we got a couple of special guests on this one. He goes, on drums, we got Bill Burr. And, dude, I can't even tell you the pathetic golf clap that everybody, parents are freaking out seeing this unbelievable band, and they think, oh, special guest on drums, who is this, Tommy Lee? They think some monster. They go, Bill Burr. Dude, I swear to God, I think one person just clapped a couple times.
Was it a smattering? Yeah.
No, it was brutal. And then he goes, and I got a couple buddies of mine I played with in Velvet Revolver, and dude, it's like they just appeared out of the crowd. He goes, please welcome Duff McKagan and Slash from Guns N' Roses and Velvet Revolver. And, dude, I almost fell off the stool. They just start walking up. These guys are like gods to me, dude. You got to understand, I played drums to that Appetite for Destruction and all the Guns N' Roses catalog. I must have played to that album 1,000 times in my parents' basement. I used to play with my two brothers. My brother Phil always stood on the left playing bass. My brother John was always on the right playing guitar. And we used to do a cover of Highway to Hell. And now all of a sudden I'm looking there, and it was Slash and Duff, and Duff is already tall. He looked like he was 9 feet tall. And then there's Slash, and I got to shake it. I had all of 5 seconds to take it in. And then Slash just goes, ba-da-da, da-da-da, 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 and then the drums come in, and I was just I couldn't believe it. So we start playing, and Frankie and Dave keep looking back at me, laughing their ass off at the stunned look on my face. I'm so happy, the video, you can't see my face because no one gives a shit about me. They're just showing Duff and Slash, and I just kind of put my stupid head down and just, plowed through it. I screwed up a couple times, but the sickest part was in the end, was, when the song ends, and then, there's that, and I'm going down all the way, the whole band cuts out, and then in the end, there's the cymbal wash and the guitar strumming. They had to turn around and look at me for the cue, and I swear to God, my heart almost stopped. I swear to God, dude, I still can't believe it happened. Without a doubt, it is the sickest thing I've ever gotten to do. I was smiling like Julia Roberts, I swear to God.
Yeah.
For 4 days after it. So the thing ends, and I get to meet the guys, and of course they were being nice, no, you sounded great. And I know they're lying, but I'm taking it in. It's making me feel awesome.
Are you starting to think maybe I could do this? Maybe I could do
No.
more of
The
this.
younger me would have. I know. I was definitely keeping the ego at bay. Like, oh, when they have the reunion, they're going to put me in there instead of Steven Adler or Matt Storm.
I would have shipped my pants. I mean, when you see Slash and Duff, you had no idea they were going to join you for Highway to Hell. I would have ran. I think I would have put the drumsticks down and just ran away and got out of the situation.
I think that's why he did it that way. Because I think if he told me, I would have chickened out. Man.
Yeah.
It gets better, right? So then I go down. I leave. I go down to the. I'm driving down the Hollywood Hills to go down to the Comedy Store. And I'm literally in my car screaming. I can't believe it. Just yelling. I can't fucking believe that just happened. As I drive my Prius down the hill, the most unrockstar car ever, right?
Right.
So I get down to the Comedy Store because I was going to meet some buddies of mine and go down and smoke a cigar. And I show up, and they go, "Oh, hey Bill, we didn't know you dropped by." They were like, "Do you want to go? Up and do a set?" And I was like, "Nope, no, I don't, because I'm not going to top the feeling I'm feeling." And I went out back. I sat and I smoked a cigar with Joe Bartnick and Brett Ernst, and then I'm telling the story. And as I tell the story, Kushner sent me the video of it. It was like the coolest night of my life.
Man.
So here's the part where I get brought down to earth.
Yeah.
I get in my stupid. It was literally 3 a.m. by the time I left because I didn't want the night to end. I was so flying high. And I'm leaving the Comedy Store, little driveway there to make the left on the Sunset.
Sure.
Right as I stop, waiting for traffic, there's a knock on my driver's side window, and I look over. There's this beautiful girl. I was just like, oh my God, this night's the greatest night ever. She's going to be like, oh, I just want to say I'm a big fan of your comedy. That's what I thought she was going to do, right? So I roll down the window, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And she sticks her whole head into my car and goes, are you Felipe, our Uber driver? And I literally just go like, no, I'm not.
No.
And then I just drove home in silence. Back down to earth. The whole flipper becoming a pumpkin again. But I will tell you this, dude.
Yeah.
It was, it's the sickest thing I ever got to do. And I've got to work with other great comics. And being a comedian obviously was the dream. So I was wondering why this felt better. And you know what I think it was? Is because as much as you get to open for a great comic or be on the same bill, you're not like interacting with them. It's like you do your thing and then you get off and then they do their thing.
Sure.
And the fact that I was playing and I was watching like Slash tapping his foot and stuff, dude. And it's just like, and I'm doing, it just, I can't, look at me, I'm speechless. I still can't believe it happened, man.
Yeah, I mean, we know you enough to know how. That's just crazy.
It's awesome.
It is awesome. I mean, I felt like I was there, but I would have ran away. I would have just left the situation.
Well, no, I would have too, dude. I totally would have. If I could have, I would have, without a doubt. I would have ran away, but I couldn't.
Was there a point?
I didn't know it was going to happen, and almost as good as playing with them was watching like Frankie turning around at one point. He was turning around laughing, but then he was also nodding his head like this fucking sick, right? It was so cool, and they were teasing me afterwards and laughing, going, "You should have seen the look on your on your face." And it's unreal, man. It just was awesome.
One last question: did you enjoy yourself anywhere during that song? Like I would imagine at first you're shitting your pants, but then the adrenaline kicks in, and then what? Maybe
no, I totally.
You enjoyed it?
It was one of those things where it was this weird combination where I was totally enjoying it while trying to block out the magnitude of it at the same time.
Yeah.
But it was, and then it was so surreal because I played that song so many friggin' times with my brothers in our stupid little band. And so it was like I was also having a flashback of being in my parents' basement.
Right.
And you know, dude, I mean, how old I am, like Guns N' Roses was right in all of our wheelhouse. We used to do a cover of Welcome to the Jungle. We used to do My Michelle.
Nice.
And, dude, and I tell you, every day I used to come home. This is classic 80s, right? I would come home and I would lift weights, right? Never did squats. It was only upper body. It was the classic with the skinny legs and the
We
big
all
upper
did
body.
that, right.
I would lift weights for that entire album, and when I was done, I would then go over and I would play drums. My parents were so tolerant. My older brother couldn't stand it. He would come home from work, and because Steven Adler's drum parts were so great and so unique to each song, he would come home and he would know what song I was on. And when he would come home, and if I was, he'd hear, oh my God, he's playing Mr. Brownstone. That's like the fourth song, first side. There's still another 40 minutes to this album. And he would come in, he would flip the lights on and off. And we'd literally get into like a physical fight sometimes, where he would be like, dude, you can't fucking do this every day. There's other people that live in the fucking house, like freaking out.
That's fun.
There was no soundproofing. It was just one jerk off playing drums.
Did you have the drum pads? Because there was a time I was really into drumming as well, but I was one of 7 kids, and they just never would get me a drum kit. But they would allow me to drum on those dumb pads. Did you have those?
Oh, my older brother, one year, he went out and he bought me these. They were these rubber pads that you stuck on all of them to make the drums really quiet, and they were not cheap.
Yeah.
And I put them on there, and what happened was, because of the surface and also my lack of technique, when I was hitting the drum, I was taking all the vibration of it, and it was, making my forearms hurt. And, you could really actually hurt yourself if you didn't know what you're doing. And, this is before, like, YouTube and all of that. So I had never heard of the Moeller method, none of this stuff, all this stuff, like these kids today who are learning how to play are absolute monsters, because they can go on YouTube and they can learn as much as I learned in like 3 years of drum lessons. They can do it in about 2 nights.
Yeah, just looking
sitting there,
videos.
just absorbing it. Dude, I remember back in the day, like I was trying to figure out how to get my bass drum foot as fast as John Bonham, like everybody was trying. All you could do is just like slow the record down and stick your ear up to the speaker. There was nobody breaking it down for you. And like nowadays, like if Led Zeppelin just came out, like John, you might even have John Bonham himself sitting there going, right, it's how to do it, play heel up.
Yeah.
Some slide technique. I was trying to do it. I had my foot flat on the pedal, and I was trying to do this thing with my big toe, and it was causing me to arch my foot, and I got like that plantar fasciitis, which makes you feel like every time you're taking a step, someone's stabbing you in the bottom of your foot.
Jesus.
And then there was no internet, so I didn't know how to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to stretch, and I just wasn't stretching at all. To this day, I still have a problem with my foot.
You just have to deal with it. Bill, we got to get these guys on from Benders. They're doing a little media tour themselves, but I wanted.
Oh, my fault.
Oh no, I wanted to hear that story badly because I saw you tweet it. And I'm like, oh my God, he's got to be out of his mind. And I'm so glad we got to talk to you about it. Yeah, because I think you tweeted something like, I'm done with comedy after last night or whatever. It was hilarious.
Oh, yeah, done. Retired. It's over.
No, well, you still got to do Madison Square Garden, my friend.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
What day is that?
He's playing with those guys. It's almost nice that happened.
Yeah.
I can keep my head together.
What day is Madison Square Garden?
It's going to be November 14th.
Great. We're all going to be there supporting Bill Burr at Madison Square Garden. That's fucking huge.
No, as always, I wouldn't have got there without you, Jimmy, or Anthony, man. So I appreciate all these years you guys put me on.
Oh, dude, you've given us amazing radio. So likewise, you've really.
All right. Well, I'm checking out Benders, man, because as bad as they're going to pretend to skate, that's how I really skate. So I'm going to totally be able to relate to it.
All right, brother. Thanks, Bill. See you, buddy.
Jimmy, I'll see you guys.
Yes, Bill. Bill Burr, everyone. The great Bill Burr playing Madison Square Garden. Could you imagine playing with Ozzy?
It's an amazing thing that he did. It's amazing.
Would you be out of your mind?
I wouldn't be able to. I mean, I can't comprehend the ability to play music, so.
But let's just say you could play.
Yeah, of course. It'd be crazy.
Would you go through it?
Yeah, I would. But even 2 guys from Guns N' Roses I'd be blown away playing with. I mean, fucking Slash and Duff. I mean.
I was feeling his anxiety as he was telling the story. Yeah. Imagine you think you know what's going down, and then all of a sudden through the crowd comes Slash and Duff to make it even more over the top and ridiculous. All right, let's get Chris DiStefano in here and Lindsey Broad and Andrew Schultz from Benders.
Yeah, Bill's doing a radio tour, and he just called in.
Yeah, he's
just nice.
He's good that way. What's up, Chris? What's going on, brother?
Hi, guys.
KC in the house.
Bo Jackson, baby.
That is a Bo Jackson jersey. Did you see the 30 for 30 with Bo Jackson?
It's unbelievable.
It's great, isn't it? And now he's into just making arrows and shooting his bow and arrow at things.
Yeah. He's the best.
That guy had what? 3 amazing years, 4. What was it? It was short lived.
What did he have? Well, I think it was about 4 or 5 years where he was the best athlete ever.
And then just a freak injury fucked him up.
But he was because what they said in the documentary, he was so like muscular that his hip just blew out because of the pure strength of it. It's like it couldn't physics. He was defying physics.
Yeah.
I thought it was. Oh,
you're right.
I'm good. I thought it was a horse collar. I thought he got the horse collar tackle.
Well, but then his hips just started to give out. Like the joints in his hips just started to wear away because of
after the injury.
It was that one play where he stepped wrong and it just looked awkward, and they thought he'll be all right. But I think he broke the hip. The hip ball or something.
You have to understand, like the hip joint,
whatever it's called, a hip joint, I guess.
Yeah. It's so.
That's my favorite place to hang out. Hip joint.
It's so fused in. Like the shoulder has got a lot of range of motion, but the hip joint is so locked in that if you blow out a hip, it's either you got into like a car accident or you're fucking Bo Jackson and you just ripped it out.
And then he did come back after that.
I forget you're a doctor.
Yeah, not a doctor.
Last time he was in, he rubbed my elbow because I have tinnitus, and he was helping him.
Did it
not
help?
tinnitus, tennis elbow.
Did it help a little?
I think I have a tear.
I just wanted to touch you.
Those 30 for 30s they're addicting.
The Escobar versus Escobar.
Great.
Amazing.
Loved it. Yeah,
they're all good.
Yeah,
that's really not much of a battle though. Escobar versus Escobar. One guy fucking kicked the ball into the wrong goal and got shot. One guy was worth $6 billion. A fucking pretty unfair fight.
Yeah, they were connected though. The other Escobar wasn't happy that he had to go and play in some of those matches for Escobar.
No. Well, they were saying that the other Escobar who got killed would have never got killed if the Pablo Escobar was still alive, because I think Pablo Escobar
soccer, man.
Was dead already, and if he was still alive, they wouldn't have never killed the other Escobar.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
But that has nothing to do with benders.
Nothing to do with benders.
The event was fun last night.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Did Steve Schwarber go on stage, or did he just hang out?
No, he didn't.
No, he just received guests from the table in the front.
He did, right?
Yeah. What was the event? Just kind of a premiere thing?
Yeah, it was a stand-up.
Off the ground?
Yeah, they did a stand-up show at the Village Underground, and myself, Andrew, Jim, Godfrey, Bobby Kelly,
and Kurt.
Wow. And Kurt Metzger.
Yeah.
We all.
It's a hell of a room right there.
Yeah, it was fun.
Wow.
It was fun. So, Andrew opened up, ripping the network, so that was fun when the network was
I was watching that. I was like, it was really a funny decision to make, just attacking IFC.
Well, I didn't know that the ad people were there. I thought it was just going to be some execs, and then afterward they're introducing me to all these ad people. They're like trying to sell ads, and I'm just talking about how horrible the channel. Like,
what were you saying about IFC?
I just said like I just didn't know what channel it was, and I had one joke I thought was pretty good that I didn't end up saying because they owed really quick. But I said I was like, what channel is it? They're like 81. And I was like, oh, who negotiated that? The Navajo.
Shame you left that one on the ground.
So I thought I mean, probably would have received the exact same welcoming it did in this room.
But the opening line was something very funny about where the fuck they are, and it was a couple of really good like roast jokes about IFC, and it was like they were all sitting up front. And I was very happy.
Yeah.
Watching that because I knew that was making them very uncomfortable.
Oh, God, they owed at the Malaysian flight.
Oh, that was the line. Yeah.
I said IFC is harder to find than that Malaysian flight or something like that. And they went, oh no. Jim and Tom both audibly went, oh, but I thought it was them going, stop.
Yeah.
They just went, oh. So
yeah, when you're the show creator, you never want the star of the show just attacking the network at the premiere
right away.
Listen, they made the decision to put Andrew up on stage first.
It probably wasn't the smartest.
They should have rethought that. Lindsay's in studio as well. Lindsay
Hi.
Broad, what's up?
What's up?
I'm looking forward to seeing Benders, that's for sure. And the dynamic Jim Norton is in the first episode.
Yes, I'm very happy.
Kills it.
He kills it.
Kills it.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it.
So then bring him back.
Yeah, I mean that's the plan. We already got stuff in the works.
Yeah, I said that I was like, because his character is so funny in the show. He plays a guy who's on our team.
Wait, I'm now interviewing Jim Norton, the dynamic Jim Norton. Yes, you are. Could you tell us about your part in Benders?
Well, I think I don't know what they want to reveal, so I'll allow Chris to.
I'll reveal it.
Oh yeah, you want to go ahead? Yeah, this way you get in trouble.
Chris,
no, you already ripped the network.
No, I didn't.
Does Jim Norton play a hockey player?
Yeah, he's a hockey player. He's on our team.
Does he get to skate in his episode?
No,
I do not skate.
He doesn't skate.
I have skates on though.
Walks and skates.
I do walk and skates.
Basically,
walks and skates.
He's on our team.
Was he supposed to skate, and then they realized he can't skate, so they had to rewrite his part?
None of us can skate.
None of us can skate. Actually, benders is like a term that means like shitty skaters.
Yeah.
I know. I can't get the seat down.
But I thought I thought you guys would skate just a little bit.
We do, but it's not good.
It's pretty much just shots of them falling down.
Yeah. We're horrible.
That's awesome.
But Jim plays a guy who's on our team and he's dying of cancer.
He plays my
on our
cousin.
squad.
Yeah.
So
that's hilarious.
You don't have to do any makeup. Yeah.
No, they put me in cancer makeup. That's my Match.com profile. That was what I used, was photos from that fucking when I was in my cancer, and they had darkened my fingernails and I looked repulsive. And my Match.com profile photo is me with cancer makeup on.
I've never seen a Match.com photo.
Let's get a healthy comedian who looks like he's dying of cancer. Jim Norton is perfect.
Yeah. They said they kind of wanted to be skinny and believably sick. They didn't even make me read for it. You're hired. Fucking ugly zilch.
As soon as they saw you.
Yeah.
No, but his character is hilarious. I feel like there's a little Chip Chipperson in there.
A little bit, yes.
A little bit of Chippy was in there.
Now, explain the show for the people that don't know. It's about a shitty hockey players in a shitty hockey league.
Yep.
Like a beer league?
Beer league,
Yep.
Yeah.
And we play like Division 8 hockey. I think that, we all think that we're very good, and this is like, it's our Super Bowl, but, it's Division 8 hockey, so we suck, and, it's really about like, going to the bar, drinking after, and then, Andrew's character and Lindsay's character are married in the show.
It's just me putting up with everything all the time.
The wife's got to put up with our bullshit. But
did you guys have to make out for the show?
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
A lot.
Makeup. I don't really, I was thinking about this the other day. I think 80% of my costumes are like just things I would wear in bed.
Great. It's perfect.
I pretty much never dress.
We had to go down on each other.
We did.
Really?
In like a 95-degree room. Under a down comforter.
Well, how close do you get to the,
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, centimeters away.
And what's
Centimeters.
What's the cover?
It's like holding my breath.
What's the cover of it? Why would you hold your breath?
Wow.
Why?
She said she had to hold her breath.
Out of respect.
That was for the analingus scene.
You're not that far off.
No, I always want to know how that worked out, because did you guys know each other before Benders?
Not at all.
No.
And then all of a sudden you realize I gotta kiss her, or you gotta kiss him.
Oh, we have to like hump and stuff like that.
Oh,
it was
like
serious.
it's like.
But how do you prepare for that? Like
Cialis.
Try to not get up Cialis.
I would love to present
That was a
properly.
sponsor I spoke to last night.
Really?
Yeah. I tried to get some pills and he said no.
Why? Oh, probably because
I
something
just wanted
happens.
to
He's
try it
liable.
out. So, yeah. I mean, have you ever tried that?
I literally
on it
take
right
them
now.
when I think I might need one. I'll just take one before I leave the house. But I'm
I
not feeling
thought that's
optimistic.
the point of Cialis is like you could take it and then anytime you're ready to fuck, you can fuck. Where Viagra, you need to take
That's
it.
exactly it. Viagra is a 30-minute or so, but Cialis stays in your system for 3 days. And any incidental contact is fucking an old lady's knuckle hits you on an escalator. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, Cialis rules.
He takes it like vitamins.
Exactly.
Jimmy,
I love it.
Jimmy loves his Cialis.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you guys do when you prepare for that? Because I've had a makeout scene, but never a sex scene.
I mean, we had so many.
Yeah.
And the thing is that we would shoot everything in the house location in like 1 or 2 days. So it would just be like a full day.
Just making out stuff.
Making out
Yeah.
underwear, and then it's just...
I would just try not to get too mad at Andrew for everything that came out of his mouth.
I want to cut to the chase. How is it not kind of a turn on?
It is a turn on. She's a beautiful woman.
So it's weird because
Thanks.
you're actors.
It's weird when you meet her husband.
That's what I'm saying.
That's weird. But he's a cool dude. I don't know. He was
You're the
just
first
nice.
person, by the way, to admit that it is a turn on. Most people are like,
wouldn't-
we're acting and we know the difference. I'm like, but it's physical
It's the
contact.
biggest
Still
horseshit.
doing it.
I love it when people chop it up to just acting. I forget who said it, but somebody said it at this point. They were like, if it's just acting, I want to see a sex scene between Jake Gyllenhaal and Maggie Gyllenhaal.
There you go.
And it's not just, I mean, you know, it is, whatever, we're making out. It's funny. There's a billion people in the room, you know, but.
It's very weird.
It's weird. It's not like, oh my God, I need to have sex right now, but it's still an attractive woman.
Is there ever a time where you go, I'm sorry about that last take. I got a little
too carried away.
little
She had
carried
a
away
few
or
of those.
something?
I feel like you were a little bit gropey at times, you know?
Okay.
All right, maybe
flatter
not.
yourself.
Okay. No, I'm just teasing. No, I never really,
There's
I
like
don't know.
one scene, and we had to do it.
I was
early
super, that's what, I was really like, I would always ask permission. It was like one of these sex parties where you have to like ask consent for, can I put my hand on your arm?
Yeah,
like this
yeah,
whole thing. And, so basically, I just didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable. I'd never acted before. This is like my first acting thing. So, everything was like, is it okay if I put my hands on your shoulders? Is it okay? Like, that was my big thing is don't.
That was initially, and by the end, we were just pretty much always shooting stuff in bed.
Yeah,
So
it's just like, all right, let's go. Hop on. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it is an awkward thing because you don't want to seem like you're being disrespectful,
right,
or an asshole. But it's like you do have to look like you're attracted to each other and turn on. It's got to look like it's real.
At the end of the day, whatever you're doing, you're still doing it. I'm just like, my husband is very tolerant.
What does he do?
He gets it. He's an editor.
Oh,
okay,
so he's around the business.
Yeah, he edited the show. It's just him looking at me making out.
All the fuck scenes are gone.
Apparently, they're all still in there. They're very graphic.
He's studying your crotch in that editing room.
Did you get a rod at all? Did you get a rod at all?
Did I get hard?
Yeah.
Did I ever?
Did you?
I got maybe like medium, but
you
not.
probably well, one of the very first things we shot was like a scene where I'm just like rubbing my ass.
Oh, that I did actually.
And I was like I was fairly certain, but you were like standing on your tippy toes, so that like I was basically like, rubbing your thighs.
Well, yeah, because when you rub my ass, I started to get erect, and it was weird.
My
But
ass
you know what?
rubbing your-
You know what saved you, Andrew, is because Andrew was in a long-term relationship and then broke up with that girl like 2 weeks before the show started filming.
Yeah.
So I think if you would have still been with that girl and had all that pent-up sex energy,
forget
you
it.
would have jizzed on Lindsay's back
Easy.
accidentally.
Easy.
Because you were banging all these girls that you like got that, so you were able to like keep
Get
your
it
dick
out of the
just
system.
semi. If you were still in a relationship, dude, I promise you, you would have had to get like escorted off set a couple times because of all the because they were really dude. They like some of these scenes. I was like, oh shit, the IFC is fucking letting this happen. They're letting it rip.
It was like she's doing the scene is her basic. I'm supposed to choke her out, but starts rubbing her butt against me, and it was like I don't know.
This is the
felt
pilot, by
uncomfortable.
the way.
This is the pilot.
Really? I mean, it was weird, but that was a weird time for me.
I weirdly come on, I say 2 lines, then I rub my ass.
Isn't it like almost insulting if he doesn't get hard though? Like, isn't it weird if he doesn't? Like, as a woman, like, I'm not turning him on.
It's more like I feel proud of him, like as his friend, if he doesn't. I feel like he's exercising like self-control. No, I don't know.
Bullshit.
It's so
I
funny.
think it's easy to say that when you know I did. It's easy in retrospect.
If you weren't married, do you think sparks would have flew between you two?
We would have killed each other.
You think so?
Oh yeah,
because you always
she
hear
yelled
about
at me in a
actors-
restaurant I took her to. How rude is that?
But
a restaurant
you
that
were
I
being
go
really
to regularly.
mean to me.
How was that being mean?
Wait, this wasn't part of the show?
No, I just took her to a restaurant after a long day, and then a restaurant that I go to frequently, where I know the waitress and stuff, and she started yelling
You
at
were
me
being
about
really mean to me.
What did I say?
Let's not get into
I said you make 30% less than me, but that's normal.
You said that?
No, I didn't say that.
No, I mean the thing about it is I feel like because I was married, you allowed yourself to like really just be your true self.
Yeah, you're
And
like
I
a
feel
guy.
Yeah. You basically just like treated me like a guy, and then we just had to make out constantly.
Is that wrong though? If you have somebody that you're friendly with and it's
Listen,
a girl,
it's
you
fine.
know that she's not, available, and you don't have anything like that, but you like her personality. It's like, yeah, you're like a guy.
It made it less weird.
Makes
But
sense.
that dynamic
I
is
want to know
missing.
about
It's
the argument,
comfortable.
though, Chris.
Their argument?
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about, but yeah, Andrew.
Do you remember when it was about?
Lindsay?
I don't
What was it
remember
about?
what it was
but I'm
about.
not gonna
I just remember you
discuss it.
yelled at me, and I had to like talk to the waitresses and be like, "I'm sorry, I don't know her."
Yeah, maybe we can work this out. Maybe you still need to work this out.
Maybe we do.
No.
Maybe it might mess up to season 2.
Yeah,
Chris?
I think I think we should say.
Wow, I want to know what the
Andrew,
argument was
basically,
about.
like anything. Basically,
Oh, she's gonna say it.
Andrew.
She's gonna tell. She's gonna say it. Go ahead, Lindsay. Come on,
like
Lindsay.
anything that you're like personally invested in, if you tell him about it, he will play attorney for the defense for like whatever it is that you're fired up about.
I don't even
You
know what
are
that means.
Devil's advocate.
Oh, Devil's Advocate, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you need
You're
to
just
break it down to
contrary.
Keanu Reeves movies for me.
He's like a very contrarian personality.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. So you were really into something, and I was
I was
disagreeing.
like very passionate about something, and you were just arguing with me about it to argue with me about it.
And you raised
then
your
I
voice.
think you made me cry.
Did I make you cry?
Oh, my God.
That's wrong. That's stupid.
Because
That's uncomfortable.
You're infuriating.
You giving me boners all day. I'm just making you cry at night. That's just rude.
That's perfect.
It's like pretty much my marriage. No.
They really took this being married thing.
Yeah.
To
I
heart.
really did. I told my husband, I was like, I just treat him like you when I'm at work.
I think he got confused like you were really married or something.
Dude, it was
We're
a very
spending a lot of
vulnerable
time
time.
together.
It was a vulnerable time. I had a lot of coaching from Chris. I've been in a 4-year relationship with this girl, and then I was single, and luckily, I had Chris there who had just, I guess, stepped out of this stage.
I was Andrew a year ago. I was single, and I was, I knew how to get girls on Instagram, and I became I became aficionado. Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah.
What this guy.
I'm very good at that.
But not anymore.
Now he's a kid and he's a sweetheart and this is Chris. But nobody is better at the Instagram or like Twitter, like get girls. Like he had like a system of what was the system where you would find if you flyer in?
The system was I had a group of guys, friends, and I would say certain girls who I would direct message me if they got a certain number. That's like if you were a 5. If you were a 5 out of 5, that means I could pay
5 out of 5 means all 5 friends.
All 5 of my friends gave the thumbs up, so I could pay for a $500 plane ticket to fly this girl from Los Angeles. If you were 1,
you would ask 5 of your friends.
Yeah, because it was I'm spending money to fly these girls in. A 4 was like a train ticket. A 3 was a bus ticket. A 2 was they walk, and a 1 was they have to live in your building. Or you can't, you can't because they're so horrid.
I'm sure qualifying you when you're pulling clothes out of the dryer.
It's so that's what it was. So I told Andrew about that, and I was kind of coaching because listen, especially when you're newly single and you got shit going on TV. I mean, dude, the world that we live in. I mean, especially if
the world that we live in,
dude, Tinder, fuck Tinder. I mean, it's got nothing to do when like Andrew, like on social media, it's Instagram, Twitter. I mean, 10, 15 girls a day coming at you saying, I want to do this. I had to filter it out. And this kid's a fucking lunatic. Sometimes he goes raw dog. So it's you got to just be careful.
Attaboy.
Hey.
Yeah.
Always.
Hey. Careful.
Exactly. Show her who's boss.
Crazy. Andrew is crazy. But I think all that helped his performance in staying in the role with Lindsay because as soon as you broke up with a girl, I said, you're going to be able to do the part with Lindsay very well because if you had that pent up fucking relationship sexual energy, it would have been bad.
Or the stress. I feel like I would have carried the whole she's gonna see the scene and she's gonna bitch about that whole scene.
Shit. You know what's weird? I would go home every day. Like my husband's name is Sean. I would just tell him exactly. I was so upfront about everything.
But Sean's cool. He's Sean's on a different level of cool.
Sean hates us.
Very cool.
Andrew, Sean hates us.
Yeah, he also wants to kill us.
All you did was sniff his wife's vagina. And I was like your funny friend in the background, let me see what
he
smell like.
And talk about
he fucking hates us.
Hold on, you guys, I was not on. So you guys went on Bobby Kelly's podcast. So I'm wandering around the state the other day. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to the guys on this podcast I wasn't invited to.
Right.
And so I get partway through. I'm like, oh, no one's mentioned me. I guess that's good.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Bobby asks Andrew about it, and Andrew goes, yeah, I smelled her pussy. And then you guys changed the subject.
I didn't smell the pussy. I was supposed to be going down on you, and I had to breathe. So I chose to breathe out of my nose. So it's not like I wanted to specifically smell it.
But I was
you said
at
it
least
smelled
say
good.
that it smelled good.
Yeah, it did smell good.
Well, thank you.
I think even if you're acting, you got to smell.
As long as you don't,
I think you're going to smell even.
That's how you get into it.
As long as you don't follow it up with from across the room.
Well, one of the scene that I had to do a scene with one of the Meredith one of the actresses in the show. My character plays I'm like a likable douchebag. I live in my mother's basement, but I try to bang girls every episode. So one of the girls, we were acting, and she put her hand. She put my hand on her boob, and that it wasn't script. She just did it to and I was like, again, I'm in a relationship, so I fucking smelled my hand. I smell my hand to see what another woman's tit smells like because I haven't smelled one in a year.
Hot girl.
Yeah, she's a good looking girl.
What did it smell like?
It fucking smelled
lotion.
Like one of the Bed Bath and Beyond.
Like a vanilla.
Yeah, one of the new Bed Bath and Beyond.
She fills me
little
up.
vanilla bean.
She fills me up on the show,
maybe?
and I've known her for she's been a very good friend of mine for so long, and there's now record of her and just feeling my tits on the show.
I remember that scene. Yeah,
I know.
What about with
a lot of guys who have noticed her.
Oh yeah,
when the old lady touched her dick when she was supposed to jerk you off.
How about this? There's a scene in the show where our characters, we all get jerked off.
Yeah. The show's just fucking, really. Yeah, there's no hockey at all.
But there's this one scene where this older woman, she's 65 years old, okay? She's jerking me off, and every other actor she jerked off in the scene, there's a towel in between, the hand and our dicks. This lady moves the towel and was fucking not. She didn't have my dick wrapped in her hand, but every time she would come down, the back side of her pinky would touch my dick. And again, in a relationship, I started to get a little fucking blood flow. Would start to get some blood flow to the area.
She's like wearing an eye patch.
She's 65. She's wearing an eye patch.
Yeah.
Okay.
But dude, I could feel the circulation started to go.
Right?
Dude, and I was like, this is going to be embarrassing. But for the acting, because again, just like Andrew, this is my first time ever acting, so I was like, I got to take anything I get to get into this role. So the shit started to feel good, and then when I watched the scene, I was like, wow, dude, I look like that. Even Jim Serpico, the guy who created the show, was like, you played that part good. I was like, dude, it felt good. I had fucking had half a chub
there.
Yeah,
I remember you coming back out and you acting like everybody experienced it. You're like, yo, isn't it crazy? Like when she jerks down, she like touched her dick, and then all the other guys were like, no, we had a towel. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean she was touching your dick?
This lady moved the towel. It was sick.
That is wild.
It was a wild thing.
What's your part? I don't even know. Chris.
My character's name's Anthony Picello. I'm like the captain of the team, but I'm the worst hockey player. And you know, I'm just like I'm like a womanizer, kind of like, again, like that likable douchebag. That's like what I was, trying to do, because I do some, just like banging chicks and drinking beers, and
he's very unpleasant to my character.
Yeah, I hate Jim's character in the show.
What did you call him? What'd you call him? What? Remember there was that line where you...
AIDSy the dipshit.
Yeah. And they kept that in the show?
They kept that in the show.
Good for IFC.
They did an alternate take, and I was like, I hope they don't lose AIDSy the dipshit, and they kept it.
They kept it, yeah, but basically, I'm just pissed because I'm like, because to me, the team is everything. I'm the and I'm like, we got this guy dying of cancer on the team. Fuck him. I want him to die.
Whose idea was this for the show?
Jim and Tom.
Jim and Tom Soletti of Apostle.
I'm going to be watching this damn thing.
Yeah, it's funny.
I got the first 3 episodes. I should have watched them last night.
Yeah.
We got the scene with Jim Norton.
I can't watch it.
Oh, dude, you're great. Stop.
No, I can't watch myself.
The New York Liberties.
I had to last. I can't watch it. No, I had to last night though. I had to watch a scene right before I went on stage. They show, which really is the fucking most frightening thing. They show a scene, and then you have to go on.
They show a scene, and it always bombs. The scenes always bomb in a live audience.
There's actually an episode online right now. I think it's on YouTube and it's on IFC.com if you search for.
Is it the pilot?
No, it's one of the later episodes. But
it's called
it's Prodigal Son. Mid-season episode.
Yeah.
Well, we have actor Jim Norton in studio, and we're gonna see a scene from the first episode of Benders now.
Oh no!
All right.
This is the trailer. This is
just the
whole
trailer.
season.
Oh, good.
So it's
the
quick.
first episode's not up yet.
Well, show his. You guys have
the
his
trailer.
scene?
Yeah, just the trailer's better. Show the trailer. She's better.
And Lindsay's showing her boobs there.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not mine.
Huh? A little padding?
That's part of the ep.
I like the one looks kind of
October 1st to IFC.
Do you like them?
We think they're wonderful. We like them very much. Benders, a new series from the guys who brought you Marin. All right. It's a story about the true meaning of friendship.
Simple rule here, fellas. Don't bang your teammate. Somehow, I don't think Vince Lombardi ever gave that speech.
Hot off the presses. There you go. Is this penis? Your buddy here looks like he really needs a release. I'll throw in a massage on the house. All you got to do is tip
That's the chick.
That's the chick who jerked me off.
Oh, she's
her. Jesus. That's her box.
I just like to loosen up with some hydrating oils before I get on the ice.
Every time.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. I'm going to teach you how to fight right now. Did you just have a seizure? It's all about distracting from my secret weapon. Benders, do what you do best. For you guys, the thing might just be sucking at hockey. Starts Thursday, October 1st at 10. We really are not very good. Only on IFC.
That's an action-packed trailer.
Who's the woman on the team?
Oh, Gia.
What's her?
The goalie.
The goalie.
Gia
Croverton. Yeah, she was great.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Yeah.
She wasn't on set the day I was there.
No.
The day Cancer Boy showed up, she was there. She wasn't there.
Yeah. She's just in one ep. She like comes into like sub for a goalie. We get a female goalie that ep.
Yeah. There was one who played my ex-wife in there who was fucking stunning.
Oh,
Nikki, you guys were like losing your minds.
Down.
Yeah, she's from New Zealand.
Funeral?
She's married to some fucking surfer.
Oh yeah, we looked him up. That's all we did.
He's
not married. He's a
finance
guy. Yeah. I rode the train back with her.
I thought it was a a surfer.
Wait,
No.
what happened on the train? What was up?
Actually, we wound up on the same train back to Manhattan. We just chatted. There was nothing. She was talking about trying to download something from YouTube. We were talking mostly computer shit.
Did you get to smooch her in your episode?
No, nothing.
No smooches?
Nothing. Just chatted with her afterwards. It was the most unsexual vibe I've ever gotten from a person. Totally.
Can you help me YouTube download?
It was literally that type of talk. She couldn't have geared it. She mentioned her boyfriend immediately. I'm like, yeah, that was fun. She's like, yeah, my fiance will like it. I'm like, all right, I get it. We're not gonna fuck. I got it.
She knew it was a long train ride.
Oh, she fucking put the kibosh on that immediately. Because I'm like, hey, just two actors getting to know each other. Fucking shut it down immediately.
Maybe we have a little chemistry is what you're feeling out.
Chemistry. She's very nice, but she she put the fucking, she squashed that immediately.
But she didn't change her seat?
No, how could that would have been too hard? There was like nothing but open seats for her to move. Would have been so awkward. Oh, it was awful. She was walking ahead of me to the train, so I walked really fast to catch up to her, but I didn't want to seem like I was running because I'm like, she's fucking hot. You have to talk to her. But then I found out she had a fiance.
Oh God, that's so funny. Yeah, I want to see what she looks like. We gotta find a picture. You know her name?
Fuck, what was the girl? What was her real name?
She's very cute.
I don't remember.
Well,
her
if you
real
go to the
name.
credits, if you go to the IMDb.
Yeah,
that's
she
right.
was smoking.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna find.
Rather lovely.
Yeah.
Character was Nikki.
Nikki
yes.
Beale.
Nikki Beale.
Yeah, because it was your wife in the show, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then I remember my character tries to bang her at your funeral.
Yes.
Like as soon-
And she's responsible for your death.
Yeah.
She was
We
supposed to
can't.
come.
Oh yeah,
Chris,
if we could say that.
And I got a compliment for Chris DiStefano.
Yeah, she's very
Someone
pretty.
in this studio said your acting is damn good.
Really?
He's really
Excellent.
good.
Yeah,
Amazing.
really
Wow.
good.
Jimmy came in here
Amazing.
one morning like,
Thank you.
man, Chris DiStefano can act.
Yeah.
Really? I appreciate
I was
that, Jim.
impressed
He was
with
very surprised by that, but he
I'm
did say it.
surprised. I thank you. Lindsay was the one who took, because Lindsay's got the most acting experience of us all, and she told me not to take any acting classes because as a comic, she was like, you already know what's funny about you, so just go with that. Don't let some acting coach.
Well, it was funny because we were in the car in LA, and he was like, "Yeah, I went on an audition today, and like, I think I made myself cry in the middle of it." And I was like, "Yeah, Chris, you're like really good at acting. You're like a really good actor, by the way."
I appreciate
Just
it.
go with it.
Thank you.
Seriously, man, I was blown away.
So were you.
Dude,
you were great
well,
too.
we don't have
Andrew.
to do the whole.
No, but I'm
you guys,
But
so
I'm
was
on.
Jim.
I really mean it, man. I really mean it, dude.
Thank
It was
you.
crazy. I know the first week we were all like uncomfortable. Oh, there it is, Teresa Moore. There's the
she's
the girl.
beautiful. She's
She looks better than she looks kind of like me there. I think she looks way better than that.
She's
in
hot.
other
Phenomenal.
pictures.
You could see she's hot.
You made yourself cry in an audition. Was it appropriate, or was it like a fucking Burger King commercial?
The black bun.
Yeah.
Mixed with green shit. No, yeah, it was. I had to cry in the audition. I was like, oh wow, I did that.
Jimmy, you didn't get
Gorgeous.
to smooch her.
I got
You didn't
no.
get to smooch your ex-wife in the show.
She was very pleasant, though. We just chatted. But it's funny. It was very funny to me when we just chatted on the train, and she fucking immediately, because she's so used to guys wanting to talk to her, that she has a way of just very pleasantly segueing it in there, so you know that it's just a chat.
You should have pulled a Colin Quinn and wrote a little scene for you two.
Wait, is that how Colin did it?
Oh boy, it's legendary. Yes, he rewrote
Crocodile Dundee 2. He had one line in Crocodile Dundee 2, and this asshole rewrote the second half of the movie to make himself like Paul whatever the fuck is Paul Hogan.
Paul Hogan.
Paul Hogan's friend.
He decided he needed to be his buddy and show him around New York, and he rewrote the whole script and actually handed it in.
Yeah, there was no way to write a scene with me and
It's
her.
one of my favorite stories ever.
We have a scene
the
together.
balls that takes to do. I vow to Colin Quinn to have balls like that. But you should have maybe wrote a little scene.
It wouldn't have worked.
and
It's
suggested
unbelievable.
it
It
to
would
the
not have
director.
worked. Yeah, because she makes an appearance, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's his ex-wife." It wouldn't.
She
have
could have
fit.
kissed your dead corpse.
Yeah, that would have been appropriate.
That would have been.
I would have been happy to role play that.
No, you know what we could do if we get a season 2, we could do a flashback thing where like when you two were married and you're like frolicking in the park and you're making out with her, touching her tits. And
I
all
like that.
Yeah.
But
And then you
Jim
could do
wrote
a
in
whole
this
thing.
part where he just wants to kneel and smell her feet while he whacks off. That doesn't fit the script. Nah, but trust me, guys, it'll work. It'll very
it'll
funny.
play good for the
It'll
fans.
If
play.
it was ever going to work on a show, this would be the show.
Absolutely. Yeah, she was really solid, and they all had boyfriends. All the girls. She had one, and there was a very cute girl who played a bartender in the place.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Bianca.
she's awesome.
Yeah, you had a funny interaction with her.
Yeah, it was.
That ends the episode as well.
Yeah, we just improv something.
Yeah.
You're in the whole episode, right?
I
Jim?
am. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah, very cool. Tomorrow night on IFC. What time is the show on?
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
This one looks like it's going to be all right, Chris.
Yeah, man. Hopefully.
Andrew, Lindsay.
And the reviews are good. I read a review on it. I said the review.
This is crazy. We had one bad review where the review was saying that the stories were too far fetched, they weren't real, and the crazy thing is all these stories are actually real stories from Jim and Tom's.
It's all like very
life.
weirdly specific, and then you find out that.
Yeah, so it was just funny that was the thing that they knocked, and that's actually the thing.
Well, what's
that's
one of the
real about the
stories
show.
that you guys are tackling from those guys?
Oh man, I mean, I'm trying to think like
Peeing on the wall.
Peeing on the wall was Tom. I guess I pee on the wall. I mean, alopecia, where this guy's my eyebrow falls out. That happened to a friend of theirs. I mean, there's even this chick named Rhonda who's got a fat ass. That's Tom's wife's friend, and I saw her ass last night. And it was fat ass. It was fat. Yeah, it was.
How
good.
old is she?
She's I would give her a good like late 40, like a 43.
But a hot, but like still looking good, or just
like
a fat
kind of
ass?
like a principal.
I love
like
that.
kind of hot too.
I love that late 40s is 43 for him.
Yeah, I mean 45 is 50, so 43 is a nice late 40s.
43.
Late 40s.
I'm not good with numbers,
Yes,
guys.
It's hilarious.
Someone on Twitter, can somebody point out that the term benders is a derogatory word for gay men in the UK? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, did
we've
not
been
know
hearing
that.
that a lot.
We've been hearing that.
I thought it was a term for bad hockey players too, or
in
something
the
like
U.S.
that.
Yeah,
but
in the U.S.
UK it means like gay.
It's like that cigarette fag thing.
Yeah, it's the F word here.
That's their F word. Yeah.
So people are upset in England, but I don't even know if it's going to air in the UK.
Well, it's not meant. It doesn't meant. It's not. It's different.
Yeah.
I heard shirtlifters too is a term for gay men in
shirtlifters?
Yeah, shirtlifters. Is
In
that
where?
true? In England. No, I could be wrong. I might have misinterpreted.
We've never
something.
heard that one in America.
No, but I heard that
Shirtlifters.
by a British
I don't
guy.
think I've ever heard that before in my life.
Never heard that one.
Right on. So what else is going on?
No, I mean fucking nothing.
The whole season's done, right?
Yeah, the whole
Filmed it.
season's all done.
How many episodes?
8 episodes we got.
That's a weird feeling that they're all done, and now you just wait to see if it's going to be well received.
Yeah, I mean, for the time being, I mean, the IFC and to promote it, we're going to the hockey game tonight. We're going to go to some Ranger games, some Islander games. So it's like one of those things. I'll ride this shit out the whole season, get some free tickets, bring my dad. My dad's finally allowed in Madison Square Garden again because he's with me. So because he got thrown, in the late '90s, he got thrown out.
Is this a real story?
No, I swear, my dad got thrown out of like 10 Knick games in 1 year. In 97 or 98.
Please tell me the word he was yelling.
He was calling people on the other team, as they may say in the UK, benders. He was calling them a bunch of benders, and he got thrown out. But
wait, 97, that was the year they went pretty far, right? The Knicks?
Well,
was it 97, 98?
I think it was 2000 when they went that short. When was the shortened season when they went as the 8th seed to the finals? But he got thrown out, and but it was before 9/11, so it was like you could get thrown out, but they don't have any information that
so you could come back in.
Yeah, but
what was the actual thing he said that they said, look, you got to go?
I think what happened was he was calling people the F word, and then he was calling. I think it got a little racial. And you can't do that. Racial. So, I was, 12 years old, and I'm like, oh, this isn't good. Yeah. And so, maybe I'll bring my dad tonight to the game. I honestly don't think my dad's been in the Garden in 15 plus years.
I got to meet your dad.
I want to meet your dad.
I'd love for him to come in with him one morning if we can get through fucking
that.
But he does dialysis in the morning.
We can hook that up in here.
Exactly. Bring a machine in. We'll fucking plug it in.
My dad was hitting on his dialysis nurse last week. I was like, that's how how do you think you have a chance to bang your dialysis nurse?
Hey, man.
But it's hard for a patient to fuck a nurse. Yeah. Because you seem vulnerable and you're weak when you're doing medications. It's hard for a nurse to get turned on by that, I'm sure.
But yeah, so
bring him in with his dialysis.
We'll do that. Finally get to the bottom of that Dan Aykroyd story. Remember a couple of months ago I came in and my dad's got a fucking trigger. Something hits a trigger when my dad. We were in here with the Ghostbusters. We're in here with Ernie Hudson. Ernie Hudson.
Black Ghostbusters.
Yeah, for Ghostbusters.
He's kind of cool.
And then my
I did a
dad.
pilot with him.
Yeah, and then my dad was saying that. I remember like my dad. Throughout my whole childhood would be like, Dan Aykroyd's a pussy. Fuck Dan Aykroyd. But I think I told you I thought that it was because when we were in Central Park when I was a child, 5, 6 years old, Dan Aykroyd came by. My dad said on roller skates. I don't know No, I think that just is in my dad's head. He just put this guy in roller skates, and apparently, like, you know, said something to my mom, like nice legs or whatever, you know. And my dad, just from that point, was like, fuck this guy, because they were going through divorce. Yeah, I guess my parents, because I think what happened was my parents got divorced, but for years my dad just kept trying to get back in with my mom. So like any one of my mom's boyfriends was a pussy, and any one of my mom's, you know, anybody that showed any attraction to my mom, my dad was like, fuck that guy, fuck that guy. So I think Aykroyd was one of those guys in Central Park.
Oh, no. How old were you when they got divorced?
They got divorced when my dad was already moved out of the house when my mom was like 8 or 9 months pregnant with me. So I was like, I came out of my mom's womb. My dad was already out of there.
Wow.
Yeah, because
did your dad ever remarry?
My dad remarried, yeah. My stepmom's a beautiful person, but my dad bet our family. My dad was like a bad gambler, and he bet like our family savings like $10,000 on like the fucking Montreal Expos. Like he was a degenerate gambler, and so my mom threw him out. She had to throw him out. You can't on the fucking Expos. Yeah. So
were those was Felipe Alou on that team?
Yeah, probably fucking
one of the Alou brothers.
Yeah,
I think
Jorge Fabregas.
I don't know, I'm trying to remember who was
Fabregas. They probably had like maybe an early Randy Johnson, early Pedro Martinez,
Fred McGriff, perhaps.
Fred McGriff, I think.
Tim Raines.
All right.
Yeah, fucking
John Wetland. Wasn't he an Expo?
Yeah, he was an Expo.
Yeah, maybe.
Eric, Philippe Alou, was he on the Expos ever? I don't know why that name popped in my head.
Wasn't he the manager?
I'm trying to remember.
This is 84.
Well, Jim Beattie became the ex-Yankee pitcher. Jim Beattie became the GM, I think, of. Just wanted to throw in a really boring fact. Success.
What was the bet? Just straight up?
No, dude, my dad was that type of guy that he would get, you know, he would be down and just keep betting money, and it would get like degenerate. Like my dad knows football, so it's like, okay, you cover the spread with the Giants, you have some info, but when you start betting sick shit like, you know, the Montreal Expos, or like something my dad was betting hot. My dad has no clue. You know, they don't have ice rinks where he grew up in the fucking Bronx, so he doesn't know anything. And he's betting, you know, he was still gambling. He placed a bet recently on the Atlanta Thrashers. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, Dad? Like, you don't even know. You couldn't name one player on that team. And, you know.
I'm glad I don't gamble.
That's a rough one, man. Gambling is fucking frightening.
Yeah. I'll go to the casino, fool around with just nonsense, but that's it.
The feeling of a field goal being missed, and that's like $80,000 down the toilet.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
My pop, that's why I don't know really anything about gambling. Like, I'm a guy, I love sports. Like, sports is like, but as far as like covering the spread or, you know, gambling terms, the VIG, I don't know it, because that was like my dad. My dad was like, I don't care if you fucking get strung out on heroin, just don't gamble, because that was like, he felt like that was his flaw.
Gambling
so
makes
like, I don't want
fun though.
Yeah,
man.
it does.
Oof.
Now I'm getting into that DraftKings. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, it adds something, because now you care about the teams that you don't give
invested.
a fuck about. Yeah,
yeah, but that was it. So.
No.
Makes me so stressed out.
You're stressed by this conversation?
People talking about gambling stresses me out.
Yeah. It's bad. Your
way too Jewish
husband
for
doesn't
that.
gamble? Sean doesn't gamble? No.
Wait, you said you're way too Jewish for that? I heard you. That's funny.
It's just a waste of money. I remember watching Voss go through it, and Rich would, you know, he'd be doing a gig in Harrah's in Vegas or whatever for a week, and from Monday to the following Sunday, and Tuesday morning you get a call, can you wire me money?
Oh, God.
He blew his check the night before.
Yeah.
He was a terrible gambler.
Artie Lang says the same thing. He was like, with gambling, he was like,
was he a bad gambler?
Artie Lang was a bad gambler. He's passed it now, but he's bad fucking gambler.
Yeah, some of that came out in his book. Or
yeah, that's why I read it. Yeah.
That's a fucking tough one, man. I've always stayed away. They say even if you win, it doesn't matter. I don't get it, but they say if you win, it means nothing. You just want to keep doing it. If you lose, it means nothing.
You don't do it to win.
No,
you
because
do it for the
high of it. Yeah.
Well, that's what my dad lost the $10,000. And then, you know, he started, he asked my grandfather to give him more money. You know, my grandfather thought presumably to pay, you know, back the bookie, but he didn't. He used it to gamble more, because he's like, you know what, I lost $10,000. If I bet, you know, $30,000, I'll win it back. And you just keep going down. And then you get to a point where my mom said, you know, bookies were calling, you know, mafia guys were calling the house, like, we know you, we know your son. And then so my mom took me to Lancaster, Pennsylvania with the Amish. And we lived there for 2 months.
Where you were molested at Dutch Wonderland.
I got somebody stuck a shoe fly pie up my ass, so, the gambling got there. Yeah, it was fucking bad. So imagine that I almost came out Amish.
Do you remember living with the Amish?
No, I was a kid, like a baby. Yeah, but yeah, man, it got gambling fucking ruined it. But my dad's good now. He doesn't gamble now. He's just.
And he gets to go back to Madison Square Garden.
That's it. He's coming back tonight. Hopefully,
a little racial.
Yeah, a little racial. I didn't want to say it, but I think things got a little racy. I think Patrick Ewing may have missed a leg or two.
It's good. Hockey's a good sport to bring him back.
Yeah, bring him back.
Ease him back with hockey. Then you move to tennis, and then you go to basketball.
I think we got a few guys in there now. Finally, maybe two or three.
But
in the
they got
whole
the
league.
helmets on. It's hard to tell. You know?
Yeah. No, it's
racial.
Yeah, no, but it's it's just good, man. It's exciting stuff to be a part. For sports show, because to me, sports and comedy
guest stars.
go
You
hand
get
in
any of
hand.
that action?
Yeah,
Jimmy,
Jim,
obviously.
Godfrey, Jim Brewer. Steve Sharippa,
Mark Margolis.
Mark Margolis.
Mark Margolis is the guy from Breaking Bad. The ding, ding, ding,
Who blew
ding,
up Gus.
ding.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy is great.
Wait, which one is he? I know that. I know
The
that
old
name.
man that had
Oh,
the
yeah,
ding,
yeah,
ding,
yeah.
ding.
Yeah. Was that him in the trailer?
That was him.
Yeah, I knew he looked familiar.
He's
That's
so
why.
good.
Oh,
Guy
God, yeah.
told the craziest. Whenever the camera stopped, he just tells stories about like banging chicks in Hollywood in like the 70s. He's been an actor since he's like 20 years old. So it's just like I had a wife, but there was this Turkish girl who just loved to suck dick. She just loved it more than anything in the world. And what was I supposed to do? Not get my dick sucked by this girl? It was just, and then he just go right into the scene, like just a savage. He didn't care.
And he's one of those old school dudes who's made a ton of money, millions and millions of dollars over the course of his career.
Oh,
but
I
still
didn't know
lives
that
he still lives in the same apartment
Well, he
that he
did
did.
Tribeca in like the 60s or something. I did a movie with him that never came out in Minnesota a million years ago, and we lived in this weird hotel, and he would just wander around in like socks pulled up to his knees and short shorts,
Jeez.
and he was the only person there in the middle of the day other than me, so I used to get all the stories.
Did he try you?
Looking back, probably.
Yeah.
Did you ever wear with that cock sock? They say. Did you have to wear that, or did they put you in a G-string, or how do they keep you?
They put me in the cock sock. Yeah. I did. I peed. I was like naked, so I had to pee, and I wore this little cock sock in my ass. I had a horrendously hairy ass. They blurred
Very, very hairy
because
ass.
it was so hairy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Very hairy.
Yeah.
They blurred the hair.
They blurred it because it was so. It was just atrocious look. It's just not. It's unsightly.
Looks like an ape, but apes have.
So they blur hairy asses in Hollywood.
Well, maybe they blurred it for some rights.
They love showing the male ass these days.
That's a big thing. Not
so
mine.
Weird, but yours didn't make the cut.
I look like a reverse baboon. You know how the baboon has no hair on the ass?
Yeah.
I'm just hair on the ass, no hair anywhere else on my body.
That's cool.
You don't have it. Do you wax?
No, I don't grow facial hair.
You barely have hairy arms, so
Dude.
like
It's
you
weird.
said, that's strange.
Ass is covered, man.
I got to ask you about our pal Jim Brewer. He killed it. He killed it in Benders.
Dude, Jim is funny, man. He's so funny. He's another great storyteller. Holy shit.
There's no one better than Brewer telling a story. Like no one is better.
Completely
Insane.
with Jimmy on that.
So sweet too.
The best storyteller.
The SNL stuff, because he can do all the characters. He turned.
Yeah. Last time I saw him, it was Huntington. I don't know. He was on stage well over an hour. It was 4 stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally 4 stories.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Because within those stories are just amazing, hilarious things.
Yeah, he builds them. He builds them really well.
He's
and
a great storyteller.
Yeah, and he just invests so much in it. Yeah.
Brewer too is one of those guys. Like I went into the dressing room just to say, hello to him. I'd never met him before, and say, of course, who he was, and it was a pleasure to work with him. And then he, talked to me for like 45 minutes. One of those guys who makes like the newer comics just feel like, we're almost equal, even though we're not. Like he's a fucking man.
What is his line? What's up, rocker or something? What does he say? What's up, Slayer?
Hammer.
Hammer.
What's up, Hammer?
Yeah, that shit's great.
That's funny.
Hey, Hammer.
Hey, Hammer. Hey, Hammer. Yeah, he's
Who did he play?
Hammer. Brewer played a guy that was Brewer played Jim Brewer in the show.
He played himself, and he was trying to fuck my wife. He was trying to fuck Karen, and actually maybe he really wasn't. I just get really insecure about it. And I think everybody's trying to sleep with her because she gets these fake tits.
Right.
So so that's
Temporary
just
fake tits.
temporary fake
Which
tits.
is a real thing, apparently.
Yeah.
Really?
That's awesome.
Yeah. They're called vacation breasts. It's basically like Botox. Like they pump up your boobs and then it dissolves.
Wait, did you have that done for the?
No.
Oh, you just had padding.
Don't they get wrinkled after that to
Well,
stretch?
that's what I was thinking. Don't they sag?
Wait, what do they do?
It's like I don't.
How's that healthy?
I should have done research, but I guess they pump something akin to Botox into your boobs.
Saline.
They swell up,
Saline.
and they're called vacation breasts.
Yeah.
What does the saline just get absorbed into your body after a couple
Yeah,
of weeks?
it dissolves or whatever.
How big could you get the boobs, though?
I don't know.
Tell us more.
Can men get it? I like that.
No, I'm just wearing like an extreme push-up bra.
Yeah.
So I guess they are mine.
But it's great. That was good. Your breasts look great. And that
Look good.
Thanks, Andy.
Smell good.
Yeah.
Well, we got to take a break. Bender's is going to be all right.
10 o'clock tomorrow night
That's
on
gonna be
IFC.
all right.
And I've seen clips of it. It's very funny.
And Jim Norton's in it, so right there, go watch it.
Yeah, check it
There you
out.
go.
He kills it. He's going to be humble, but he kills it.
He does.
I hope so.
Norton's great.
It was nice meeting you guys.
No, man. It's great.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely nice meeting you guys. You got to come back and see us.
Please.
All right.
That'd be awesome.
And Chris, of course, we'll see you.
Come on. I'll be here. Again,
Yeah.
talking Aykroyd.
I want to talk more Bo Jackson, actually.
Let's do it.
Love that 30 for 30.
I'd love.
All right, we're going to take a break. Bender's IFC tomorrow night, 10 o'clock. Chris DiStefano and Lindsey Broad and Andrew Schultz. Thank you for stopping by.
Peace.
Quick break. I want to thank Chris DiStefano and Andrew and Lindsay for coming in. That Bender show looks really good.
And now that they're gone, I'll say they really are good actors.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with Chris, and I didn't realize Andrew Schultz had never acted before until he just said that. They're very natural and really, really good, man.
Yeah, that was fun. Absolutely enjoyed that. There's something else I want to say in there. I forgot now. Oh boy, what were we talking about? Jimmy's episode. Jimmy's on tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, IFC. It'll come to me again. Rage Against the Machine bassist apologizes for inspiring Limp Bizkit.
Oh, God.
Why is he apologizing?
He's just being a douche.
Why is he being a douche, Travis? Do you have anything on this one?
This is the same guy that climbed up at the VMAs. Remember?
Wow, he's extreme.
Which guy is he again?
He's the bass player.
What does he look like?
This guy's wild.
Well-
Going after Limp Bizkit in 2015.
Well, Limp Bizkit says, they inspired us. And he says, I'm sorry for inspiring that bullshit.
I know, because he's so real. It just really... I'm not a Limp Bizkit fan, believe me. I don't even like Rage Against it, but that's just like, oh, you fucking douche.
And Limp Bizkit had a nice little run.
Like, what are you... Really?
Yeah, but they don't age well.
No, they certainly don't. I think they're terrible.
Yeah.
But,
So, I mean, if you were responsible for inspiring them, you'd probably apologize, too.
it's still a fucking honor when an artist cites you for inspiring them. And,
Is it, though, when it's Fred Durst?
sure, why not? Yeah.
He took himself a little serious. Seriously.
Yeah.
I like their cover of Faith, though. I'll still listen to that. Travis, you don't like Limp Bizkit?
No. No.
Not a one?
No.
Not a one, huh?
Not a one.
Not a one.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them either.
You've heard Faith, though. You don't like
It's
Faith?
fine. It's okay. But I just think the guy's being a douche. Like, sorry I inspired them. Ugh.
I remember back
Well, I think he was asked about them. I don't think this was like a random thing.
I understand it.
I remember back in the day, Fred Durst was definitely very cool to us when we were up there in Boston at the only station that really rocks. We knew Limp Bizkit way before they became massively successful for 18 months. How long was their run, Travis, you think?
It was a while. It was
I know.
a good 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years, they were just everywhere.
Yeah, because they broke out with Faith, and then they had like 3 or 4 hits after that. And I think they had like 2 albums in them that were very successful.
Yeah.
And then that whole thing just died.
Yeah.
Them, Disturbed, Linkin Park, like that whole
but I love
new metal thing. Just everybody at the same time decided it wasn't fun anymore.
Wasn't cool anymore?
Yeah, basically.
I love Disturbed.
Yeah.
Still.
But they all broke at the same time, and then they all
Went away
Disturbed,
quickly.
Disturbed is the only one that's you could make an argument is still doing it, because I mean their records still go to #1, so they've got to still have a fan base.
I've listened to Sound of Silence. I can't even tell you how many times. The
Very
cover they
good.
did recently, Disturbed. It's amazing if you haven't heard it. We played it on the show once, but do yourself a favor and search that out. It's ridiculous. Really, really good. I'm reading the story. It is kind of funny. Rage Against the Machine bassist. I apologize for Limp Bizkit. Towards the end of Limp Bizkit's set at New York's Best Buy Theater last year, the group launched into Rage Against the Machine's 1992 classic, Killing in the Name of, a song they've covered more than 100 times. This is dedicated to the rap rock band that started this shit, frontman Fred Durst said before the opening verse. Later on in the song, Durst added, "When I first heard this song, that shit hit me right the fuck here," pointing to his heart. And this next part, Rage Against the Machine singer Zach repeated screams of "fuck you, I won't do what you tell me," changed my life. It's not that bad.
It's a really nice compliment from a guy. That's a nice compliment from an artist that you've had that effect on them. Whether or not you respect the artist, it's not like Fred Durst is going out doing damaging shit to people. Like, you don't like his music, all right. You don't think he's as good an artist as you are.
He's just being nice.
Yeah.
Just being nice.
Was the guy joking when he apologized? Was he just kind of, I do apologize. I really do. I feel bad that we inspired such bullshit. What a cunt.
Well,
he's a cunt.
Let me see. As Rage Against the Machine.
Fuck these. I never liked Rage Against the Machine anyway.
Really?
No.
I love Rage
Fucking
Against the Machine.
cornballs. Wow. You guys don't do what you're told. Oh, fuck yourself. He's a cunt. And I don't even like Limp Bizkit. I really do apologize. The guy gives you a heartfelt compliment like that, and you accept it with such a lack of grace. You're a cunt.
I'm kind of on Fred. I'm with you on this one as well. I'm
You
with Jimmy a
fucking
lot
fake
today.
maverick
You don't
cunt.
appreciate the honesty?
There's a way. I do appreciate his honesty. He didn't have to say he liked them, but to have been
didn't have to
such
be
a
a dick about
scumbag in Rolling Stone, just such a genius. I do apologize for Limp Bizkit. I really do. I feel really bad we inspired such bullshit. Go fuck yourself.
They're gone though. What the one? Apparently, one aware that the band's. Oh,
why that annoy me so
then
much?
Then he ends. They're gone though, not knowing that the band still tours. That's the beautiful thing. There's only one left, and that's Rage. And as far as I'm concerned, we're the only ones that matter.
He's a cunt.
Yeah, I like Rage Against the Machine, but you know,
the guy's a twat.
What are you gonna do?
Because I can't, like, as a comedian or as a performer, even if I didn't like it, again, unless the performer was doing something horribly damaging and inciting you. But the guy's just, he's in a band you don't like. And he's fucking giving you such a genuine, these guys changed my life, and you give a scumbag response like that, you're a fucking scumbag. You can say you don't like the music, or you can go, hey man, that's not for me, without being such a condescending twat.
There you go.
I've said it already.
Speaking of covers, did you hear Chris Cornell doing Nothing Compares to You yet?
I did not.
Oh my God, he killed it.
Really?
Let's end the show with that in a few minutes. Travis, something a little different.
I think Paul can.
Yeah, we'll do that. If you haven't heard yet, Chris Cornell has one of the best rock voices ever. That's what I say today. And when he slows it down, especially, you really get to enjoy his voice. He did an amazing cover of Nothing Compares to You.
You do what they taught you.
You don't like Rage?
No. No. I do love the old song that would open the show, the fucking Street Fighting Man, of course, but even that, I like the opening.
Yeah.
Well, we only used just a little piece of that.
That's the only part I liked.
Yeah, we don't really play the song itself. I'm sure Machine, I still think
I don't
they
think
hold up.
They're dated.
No, I'm not saying, look, I know they're a great band. I never liked them, and I found them to be like, just like, whoa, that message. Like, they think they're just really knocking down barriers.
Well, what about driving down Rodeo with the shotgun?
Whoa! Are you really? What are you guys going to do, shoot some rich people? Ugh. Yeah, you show them. You ride down that shopping area with a shotgun. You show all those people shopping. Whoa.
I think they're trying to make some kind of statement with that song.
Fuck yeah. We'll get the rich people. Assholes. Sure you're broke doing what you do.
What about Guerrilla Radio? Now I'm looking through some songs.
Honestly, don't know. I don't know for their stuff.
Well, Guerrilla
I just remember that
great.
line about riding down Rodeo with a shotgun. Even back then, I rolled my eyes like, ugh.
Bulls on Parade.
No, I didn't.
I think we start the show tomorrow with a Rage Against the Machine song.
Rolling down Rodeo. Whoa, what are you going to do on Rodeo with a shotgun?
Well, it's a tough street, Jimmy.
I'd love to know what you're going to do.
Times have changed. It's a tough street these days.
Yeah.
They're fighting it out. The gangs are fighting it out for a rodeo.
Yeah.
Bomb Track's a great song. Oh, yeah, look at this stuff. Sleep Now in the Fire. None of these, Jimmy?
I don't know them I'm sure I've heard them. They're a very famous band.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You know the movie, The Walk, I think it's called?
The show. The movie, yes. Causing fucking sickness. I want to see this so bad.
Is it in IMAX?
It's IMAX, yes. But when's it start?
I think the 9th.
Okay.
Oh, so it's just previews making people sick.
Yeah, that's right. I was actually Googling it last night. I wanted to go see it.
I want to see that badly.
I want to bring a young lady friend. Hey, baby, maybe me and you go to the IMAX and make love after.
We've been asked if we want Philippe Petit back.
Yeah, we should
I
take
said
him.
yes.
Yeah, we should take him. I mean,
Roland says you guys were invited to a screening last night.
No, we weren't.
That's what he said.
No, we weren't.
Are you kidding?
Was it in the IMAX?
I don't know.
You're kidding.
Where's the email?
I don't know. I'm just rolling. Hang on.
Got a phone?
Yeah, it's rolling.
Bill, tell him to get down here. And he wants us to play U2's October tomorrow to open the show. What is he doing? We're talking about Rage Against the Machine. Here comes Roland. But I guess those scenes of him on the wire are making people just nauseous.
The Walk released today?
I read October 9th.
I bet you it's because
it's probably limited today, but or it's in limited release.
Because it's not in. I checked last night. It's not in.
Yeah, the 9th is probably wide, and it's
IMAX.
probably in.
It's going to open wide.
How you say it?
When did an IMAX?
Last week I said if you guys want
Hold
to
on.
see screening, I go.
Which was IMAX?
It was IMAX.
I didn't see that. Plus, I had the Avengers event.
Yeah, you guys had.
I would have went to see that.
Oh,
was it last night?
Yes.
Did you go?
No.
Why? You're scared of heights?
No, I fell asleep.
No.
I was tired.
Well, it's not tight right in between the Twin Towers. Would have been weird to see the tips of the buildings touch, though.
You're doing cartoon humor now. Cartoon humor.
Fat shaming. Fat shamer. Fat shamer. Fat shamer. How dare you, fat shamer? Now your day off. Nice.
You think the tops of the building would just...
Yeah, just kiss.
Oh, my God.
It's pretty well shot, though. I mean, I watched the coming attractions, and I'm like, that is fucking... amazing looking.
Yeah, the article that I read said that Zemeckis wanted to induce vertigo.
Well,
yeah, he probably wouldn't. Me, I've done stuff like this.
You have, Jimmy.
Yep.
You walked wires before?
Yep.
How high?
2 feet.
What?
2 feet.
2 feet. And how did that go for you?
Very well.
It went well.
Wow, they really are getting the vertigo going. They like looking up the tower.
I know what it does when they do the spinny shots. That's what fucks up everybody.
And the fucking coming attraction when I first saw it in the movie theater was they start at the base of the tower and they're like, and you're going up, and I'm like, this looks like the Trade Center, and I'm like, and then they get to the top, and you're like, holy shit!
Wow,
it's really well done. Yeah, there it is.
I gotta say, the story is just amazing.
Wow.
If you've never seen the documentary on this whole thing, you really should check it out.
That's so high.
It's amazing that they figured this out and went into the building in the middle of the night to set up the wire for this whole thing. And no one knew what was going on.
It's so windy.
Just a different time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they look at that. They're showing you right now. He's standing on the edge, looking over the edge. And I said edge twice. But it's so well filmed.
Yeah.
For the director of Forrest Gump. Yes, no, he runs back and forth on there for 3 years. I started running
back and
he goes back and forth on the wire for 3 years. People follow him.
Roland, you going to see The Wire?
Yeah, I'll see it.
What's this movie about, if you had to tell the people?
Philippe Petit is an angry Frenchman who does what he wants.
Not too wrong. We were so bummed.
Roland yelled fat shamer.
I remember me and Jimmy especially were so excited he was coming in. And then we were like, what did he do wrong that day? Do you remember?
He was okay. He was just a little... He wasn't terrible. He wasn't like an awful guy. He was just a little...
He's French.
Yeah, exactly. He's French.
So all French people are what?
Yeah.
Le Med.
And why didn't you eat the Black Whopper yesterday?
I just don't like
pedestrian food.
Fast food burgers. Plus, if I knew I ate, I'd take a massive shit all day. Just shit all day.
But you know the Whoppers are delicious.
I've never been a big fan.
And then you would have got the green poops everyone's talking about.
I get that anyways from other food.
Troy Kwan's green poop picture is really impressive.
It's very
It doesn't look real.
But I think it's because he juices and he ate the Whopper.
Well,
so that's extra green.
Jimmy.
I can smell that one.
How are you not splattering in your pants?
I have very good control. It comes from gripping fingers.
It sounds like a balloon.
Yes, it does. It comes from gripping fingers and pulling nails off. Yeah, it was a good one.
What else is going on? You want us to start the show with October by U2 tomorrow?
Well, it is U2 October. It's a good song.
I didn't know.
Because it's October?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. I didn't know Bono's daughter was an actress.
Yeah.
And she's easy on the eyes.
Yeah, she's...
How old is she?
About 24, I think
Love
they said
to
in the
date
paper.
his daughter.
Because that's why she did Fallon, and then a few weeks later, Bono did Fallon.
Would you pretend you don't know who she is?
Of course I would.
Uh-huh.
What's your name? My name is Destiny Bono.
No, Houston. She uses her real name.
Oh.
Why would you do that?
Betsy Bono. Oh, I never heard of that.
You would make your last name Bono, right?
I would.
Yeah.
To get that foot in the door.
I would just go over the top pretending I didn't know who the band was.
Yeah.
She'd be like, I'm going out. She's like, I'm going to grab some. You want to grab something for you too? I'd be like, I don't know who they are. Boo, Jim. Fucking boo. I'm sure all the Rage machines are tweeting me. Rage fans are tweeting me. Fucking asshole, Ozzy.
You know, but I don't understand. Jimmy, I'll say this. I don't understand that, though, because I really am a huge Rage Against the Machine fan. I love their music, and I thought it was hilarious, your take on it. So
thank you.
Especially the whole driving down Rodeo with a shotgun. Look at that. Octung Baby is the headline for Bono's daughter.
She's quite attractive.
She's got very nice eyes.
She is.
She's in a little green lingerie thing. Negligee, I should say. And she's in a show called Bridge of Spies?
Yeah,
oh, no, that's a movie coming out.
Yeah.
What show is she
That's
from?
a Tom Hanks movie.
Oh, The Nick. What's The Nick about?
That's the one with Tom Papa in, with Clive Owen on
I didn't
Cinemax.
see it in that.
Does Tom Papa have a big part?
He has it's not a big part, but he's really good at it.
I did a scene. That's why I said we should try to get Clive Owen in because he's doing promotion.
Yeah, he's doing promotion for another. He's not here for that, but he's here for something else.
Oh, still.
Yeah,
You still get him.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Oh, yeah. I did a scene with him. He was
really.
He was spectacular to watch. He plays a doctor. I play a projectionist. A very small scene, but watching him, he's like doing all this medical dialogue. And I said the only notes he was getting was, "Could you stand back 2 feet because the shadows?" Or he was spectacular.
Really?
Like, you watch a guy that good, and you're like, "That's a fucking." It's just a different world when a guy is that talented at being an actor.
It's probably effortless for him, too, huh?
It can't be anything but effortless. To be able to do the medical, because it was complex medical stuff, so perfect.
Wait, so you're in this show?
Well, I had one scene.
All right. But that's, I didn't know.
I had a mustache.
They put a mustache on
Put
you.
a mustache on me.
How did that feel?
Weird.
A little weird?
Yeah.
A little tickly?
Was it a thick one?
It was. I showed you guys a picture. I thought I tweeted it.
Let me see the picture. I'm trying to remember your mustache.
How about...
I would think they would go for like a thinner mustache on you.
No, I don't know where it is. Did I send it to you, Kenny?
What?
My picture of me in a mustache? From the Nick? A while ago? I don't know if I
We're
did.
trying to look at his mustache.
Yeah, not my cock pictures.
Oh, there it is. No, that's old shit. It'll pop up.
Yes, it will. Hold on, I may have it here.
Mm-hmm. There's a Norton mustache.
Hold on, I may have it here. Nope, it's not there. I thought it might be there, but it's not there. I thought it might be here, but it's not there.
I've seen the picture.
And?
Oh, here it is.
Oh, jeez, that's like old school.
Yeah, it's an old school.
That's like 1800s.
And he was
shit.
very
bushy.
Oh wow, and I did a bunch of them.
Walrus-like.
Look at that. Yes, and they do a bunch of. The clothing is very, very real. It's all absolutely real from the time. It's why it looks so good. And I had to do a projectionist scene.
Nice. I say we start wrapping up so we can play a little Chris Cornell, Nothing Compares to You. He was in here. We didn't get to talk to him. That sucks. He was in the afternoon, right?
Around 4 o'clock, yeah.
How was he?
He was awesome. He played like 5 songs.
What songs did he play? I only heard
Off
the
the
one.
album, and then a couple old songs.
Which old songs?
I'm not familiar.
Did he go with Seasons?
I don't know.
That would be a good one. Maybe we do that one tomorrow, Roland.
Sure, Seasons is good.
Seasons are kind of changing. It's a little dark.
Fall.
Huh?
The fall.
You like the fall?
Love the fall.
Why?
Hockey.
Yeah. When do we start up? Soon.
Yeah. Rangers tonight.
The opener for the Rangers is tonight?
Preseason.
When did they start for real?
October, I think.
Like next week?
Yeah.
I think maybe next week. I got to figure that out. I got to get to some games. We're babbling now. Jimmy, what do you got, buddy?
Just Irvine, California coming up and a whole big bunch of stuff. You go to jimnorton.com. And a bunch of my dates are up there. In Albany's a tiny room. I'm going there in a couple of weeks. That's a great room to like tighten your hour and make sure it's. I know Aziz just did it, which was odd to hear. You know, I think he was warming up for Oddball, so it's a really good room.
Nice.
So I'll be up in Albany too.
All right,
that's all you need to know.
I think we did it.
Am I right or wrong, Kenny? Go find the other stuff.
We didn't do one thing. We should have wished Barry Williams, our pal, a happy birthday.
61.
Today. We should have freaking called him.
No, you
Wish him
at
a
least he
happy
slept
birthday.
in.
Huh?
Yeah, get
He
to
slept
sleep.
in.
That was a birthday gift to Barry Williams. You get to sleep in.
Barry, love you, miss you. Got to get him back on the show. All right, we're going to go. We're going to leave you today with Chris Cornell, of course, of Soundgarden and other things, now doing solo stuff. That one song that I've heard a million times on the Spectrum I really, really like by Chris Cornell. And then he did Nothing Compares to You, the Prince cover.
And thank you to...
It's a Prince song. Don't forget that.
Bill Burr calling in.
That was great.
It's good to hear from Bill. Just some random call.
I loved hearing that story.
Yeah.
Bill Burr playing the Garden soon. But Chris Cornell did this for SiriusXM in the Fishbowl. It's Nothing Compares to You. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Damn.
That was great.
Thank you.
Really fucking good.
Ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
All right. Can I just do it, or you got to do the closer?
I prefer to do the closer.
All right. Travis will do the closer.
What's the closer?
This.
Today's show will be available later today
That's the closer?
on SiriusXM On Demand.
I love it.
An encore presentation is coming up next.
I love it. And then to see we're still here, though.
It's amazing.
Because I got to talk about my pal Jim Norton. He's in the first episode of a new show. It's finally hockey season.
It's called Benders, but I'm in the British one.
Which is perfect timing for IFC's new hockey comedy series, Benders, starting tomorrow. The network that brought you Portlandia and Mark Maron's show Maron takes you into the world of beer league hockey. Benders is about a bunch of guys who bond over the one thing they have in common, being bad at hockey. What they lack in skill, they make up for with passion. Their irrational devotion to the game causes chaos in their everyday lives. Benders features guest stars Jim Brewer, The Sopranos' Steve Sharippa, and the dynamic Jim Norton.
I like it.
Benders, live with no regretskis. This brand new comedy, which sounds really good. We had the stars in a little while ago. Sounds really good. It starts tomorrow at 10, only on IFC. Take a look at this thing. It's Benders.